Hi, comic readers, and welcome to another episode of Off the Rack. I'm Sal.
And I'm Tiffany.
I think we're getting the hang of this.
Are we?
So far, so good.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. This is our comic book review show where we talk about comics from the past week and news and other happenings in the comic book world. We're only a few short weeks away from the first Marvel DC crossover in over a decade.
Wow, really?
Years. Yeah. Yeah. Batman Deadpool.
When's it coming
soon?
out?
The 16th, I think.
Of September?
Yeah. That's right.
But that means it's only 8 days away. That's
Even
not a couple
better.
of weeks.
Well, it feels like it.
Okay.
You know what? I've been waiting for decades. I can wait a little longer.
Okay. You're not going to use some sort of wild
Yeah, I'm not going to use my
time machine.
cosmic treadmill to get the books faster.
Yeah.
And I can assure you my comic book store will not send it to me. But I am excited for it, and I'm sure you are as well. I'm sure you've pre-ordered your books because don't forget, pre-ordering your books is the best way to get your comic books not canceled. I think that's the easiest way to say it. I'm hoping to actually make like a little informational video, but just at the top of the hour before we get into the news. I know it sucks. Nobody wants to do it. Pre-ordering your books, that's like pre-ordering cheese before you use it. Why would you do that? Why would you do anything like that? I'm not going to pre-order anything. So I got to tell the grocery store when to stock ham?
That's not true. We pre-order stuff all the time.
Well, like what?
Like action figures or statues or...
So you're saying that in the collectibles market, it should be kind of like a normalized thing.
Yes.
Or at least it is.
Or if you ever buy anything from like a GoFundMe, that's like a pre-order.
That's true. That's true. Well, so think of it that way. You know, you young folk out there, instead of pre-ordering your books, you're crowdfunding your series by telling a local comic book store, hey, I want this book. That's how easy it is. Now I'm going to make a little chart to show you how to do it because I think it is just more handy to see a guide.
Get the chart.
And you know who did a really great little informational video, which is completely out of their normal wheelhouse? Red Letter Media, our pals over at Red Letter Media. And when I say that, I mean the people that I don't know in any way personally. But the folks at Red Letter Media made a video about YouTube, specifically about the inner workings, because a friend of the show, Jack Packard, actually was doing something over on his channel, or the channel that he's affiliated with as well, about how since August, views are in the toilet for everybody. And right now they're pretty much on par right now. They're kind of normal for us.
Yeah.
But it can always change, especially with with anything. But the issue that they found was, they switched over to, they have been using bots and artificial intelligence to determine what videos are restricted and what videos aren't. And you may have already actually been entered into restricted mode on your YouTube account because of what you watch. That's how YouTube does their age verification. They say, oh, this person watches a lot of Minecraft videos. They must be under 18. So I'm going to restrict their channels. And that's automatic. So what you got to do is actually just click the community tab on this video or this channel and check out the Red Letter Media video that we recommended. Around the 20-minute mark, they actually give you a full-on how to do it. It's really just click the channel icon and then go to and see restricted mode. It'll be there and it'll be on or off. Toggle it off. You'll see all the episodes of back issues you missed, which may account for why so many people are like, there was an episode, I missed it. That may be why. Or anything on this channel for that matter, because you never know. Though this channel is woefully underviewed as opposed to the main channel, youtube.com/ComicPop, where the majority of our bread is buttered on. So we do appreciate you being over there. But I appreciate them kind of shining a light on it, especially in our kind of world, I guess, because I've noticed that, apparently a lot of other big time YouTubers, even bigger than them, have complained / made some kind of a video about it, some kind of discussion about this issue. But a lot of us might have missed it because we don't travel in the same circles. But I watch those guys, so I'm happy to see that they are addressing it. They even addressed something they were like, well, we're going to be okay. But those smaller channels that have a very fierce and loyal audience who always watch everything. I was like, you're literally describing ComicPop, just without any specificity whatsoever.
Right.
But yeah, so check out that video if you haven't already. It is one of the least viewed videos that they've put out in the last 5 years. Which of course proves
but they don't care either.
They do not, because they have a Patreon which does quite well for
them. Also, that's just them.
And they historically don't care. But I should mention this show is sponsored by patreon.com/ComicPop. If you want to help us out, join us on Patreon. There's no Patreon show that is on YouTube that you're missing. I'm just pointing it out because it's an opportunity for you guys to help us more directly. If you don't believe in YouTube, if you have an ad blocker or anything like that, that'll help to, keep things, to right the ship, so to speak, at ComicPop. However, there is a little bit of exclusivity on there. You do get an exclusive podcast. There's a brand new episode of the Red Raider podcast where I give behind the scenes info about what's going on in the infrastructure of ComicPop. Will I ever write for Dynamite again? Will we ever get a bigger dehumidifier? These are the questions that will be answered on the latest episode of the Red Raider podcast. Check out that show if you haven't.
I guess I need to be part of the Patreon. I don't even know that you're doing this show.
It's almost 50 episodes. That show, it's all on patreon.com/comicpop. Not only that,
when do you do this?
I have oodles of free time. Look at this place. But I will also mention that if you watch No Comic Required, a podcast that we produce on this channel, there's always at least 20 minutes cut out of the show, and that stuff is all on Patreon. Right now, it is only on Patreon. I am playing with the idea of opening up a memberships option on this channel. I feel like ComicPop, there's no exclusive content for the main channel, so there's no reason to do it, even though there is a wider net. There's more of you out there on ComicPop as opposed to ComicPop Returns. But I feel like, ComicPop Returns is like the community channel. It's where all the sausage gets made. It's where you guys can like really cut loose, where we can make much more slipshod content. As opposed to this show, which is the flagship show of this channel, which is why we make it tip-top, ship shape. But everything else, but we do appreciate you here. I'm thinking about opening it up. If we do, all those videos are also on this channel. I'm thinking about it. We'll see. I want to make it so that no one is discouraged from joining the Patreon, and no one is it feels like they're missing out, or that they're getting fleeced. You're not. So if you want to join us over there, I promise you, the Red Raider show will always be on Patreon. The No Comic Required deleted scenes, those are actually exclusive videos that are uploaded to Patreon specifically. So you can check
all the stuff that we're always like, that's not going to make it in.
Everything that I say that's not going in goes right over there, which, may sound like I'm feeding you garbage, but, sometimes there's a pizza in there. You never know. There's really funny stuff in there. I'm actually really sad to lose a lot of the stuff that I cut out, but I'm actually incentivized to do it because I feel like the Patreon gets something fun.
How much was cut from Absolute Wonder Woman?
Oh, an hour.
There is no way.
Yeah, but none of that went to the Patreon. That all just went to the cutting room floor. Though that went into the straight bin. No, or it became shorts. There's like 20 shorts that I cut out of.
I'm just saying that's
I could cut out more.
That's a lie.
Yeah, no, there's nothing from back issues that I cut out that's big enough to warrant a video exclusive on Patreon. I just cut them up, especially because it's like we're never off topic for more than 3 minutes at a time, and if we are, that needs to go. No one needs to see that. Trust me. If you're a big fan of this channel and you like the show and you're like, what the hell are they talking about? Back issues? Is that something I get after 35? No. Well, yes, but also there's a flagship show we do on youtube.com/compop where I or Tiffany host a show where we break down a story arc for two friends who historically don't read comic books, but have gotten way more used to the vernacular, the whole world.
They haven't lost their edge, though.
They have not lost their edge. They're still hilarious people, and they also still are surprised, as you will see in this week's episode of Back Issues, which may or may not be a dystopian sequel of a much maligned Spider-Man alternate reality story. In fact, it may be one of the 6th or 7th episodes that we've made this year that finished within this year.
Yeah, I'm actually super surprised by that trend. It's been an unintentional trend.
It has been.
It might seem like we're doing something. We're not. It's just been my two picks most recently, and then what you've just been picking as well.
Yeah, everything that we've been picking has been a book that finished in 2025, if not came out in 2025. And that is true at the very least for the last 2 episodes that are coming out. Of course, by the way, if you want early access to Back Issues, also on patreon.com/compop. Check that out as well. There's also some news in the world that is not related to YouTube or us, or how you can help us out more directly. Speaking of which, you can sponsor today's show by using Super Chats. If you ask a question or comment, use a Super Chat, put it here on the show. We'll read it at the end of the show.
Yes.
After all that, all this comic book review stuff, and we'll have a little conversation, be like the third member of the show.
Yes, so thank you so much for those who have already super chatted.
We do appreciate those, and we will get to you, I promise. It's not like, oh, now is the time when we're going to read them. All that was just extra. No, we no gravy here at ComicPop. It's all meat. But yeah, as far as the news is concerned, that is to say DC Studios or DC Entertainment, whatever the hell they want to call themselves, has announced via some comic book art amazingly enough. The first page or image was a Jim Lee drawing, but there have been other pieces of art released that feature the same two characters for a movie that is coming out in 2027, same year, same season, I believe, as the Batman 2 will supposedly come out. I doubt it. But
place your bets.
Yeah. Man of Tomorrow. The movie that James Gunn teased was not a sequel to Superman, upon which all the art features both Superman and Lex Luthor in power armor. So I'm assuming because Nicholas Hoult is a household name and he almost was Superman and he's a huge actor and he didn't really get a lot to do in the new Superman movie, though he is more or less the antagonist of that movie. I assume we're going to get the Brian Azzarello, Lee Bermejo, Lex Luthor mini-series adapted into a movie.
Really?
That's my theory, and many others out there, of course, as well. But yes, I think that's the movie we're getting. I think we're getting a Lex Luthor movie.
Wow.
Also starring Superman.
Well,
but mostly starring Lex Luthor.
Right.
Because we can get away with it. And I'm like, you know what? That'd be interesting. You get a Superman movie, a Supergirl movie, and then a Lex Luthor movie. And then maybe at some point in the next 25 years, we'll get an in-universe Batman movie.
Who knows?
Unless we already have. Matt Reeves finally just, somebody catches his goat and he turns into a puff of smoke and he, through wishes are up. Whatever the enchantment is that gets Matt Reeves to have a stranglehold on this character and doesn't allow us to have a DC Universe Batman. Maybe the Batman will be the DC Universe Batman. I don't know.
What are you referencing?
Mythology.
Yeah?
Right?
I don't know.
First of all, goats are heavily featured in mythology.
Okay, you're making up anything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a creative, Tiffany.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
This is where the ideas come from.
I am a fact-based magic believer.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly. Firmly established on much of the lore here at ComicPop. But yeah. So yeah, they're making this movie. James Gunn wrote it. He's probably directing it.
Sure.
I don't know. Although don't ask me. It's not like I would ever tell anybody that. But I'm hyped. I mean, the thing to really focus on is the fact that Gunn used comic book art or comic book creatives to promote this and to announce it. That's nice.
Yeah, I agree.
Right on down to choosing that the Bullet logo is the logo for the studio. I was like, they're doing everything right.
Yes.
It's a shame that none of these movies have made $1 billion.
I think they just need to lower that bar, but that's not what we're here to talk about.
We already did that.
Yeah, we talked about that
as a culture.
We talked about that
yeah,
for sure.
Death.
But no, I do love the fact that there is a support here of the comic book industry.
Me too.
Love it.
Yeah. The compact comics have kind of really done the heavy lifting as far as getting those books in other people's hands. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is getting a compact book. I have a compact DC Comics, my first one, because I have all of them. Like all the books they've announced as compact books, I already have.
Yeah, we own them.
And I'm like, I don't need them small.
Yeah, that's fair.
You botched Arkham Asylum, so
So what did you get?
Oh, you want to see it? Should I get it? Should I get up and show you? I thought about bringing it on the show, but
if you want to.
I'm trying to remember if it actually is a compact book. It's a Batman book, but I'm excited about it.
Okay.
I have only a passing familiarity with this world outside of like childhood context. So I was excited to get into it. I was like, this is going to be a great back issues one day.
And it's
Silver Age Batman.
Oh.
But not like entirely. It's just
okay,
like the Nocturne era. But yeah, I'm excited about it. It's really cool. We'll see. Anyway, Man of Tomorrow. The fact that they're calling it Man of Tomorrow, not Superman Man of Tomorrow or anything like that. I mean, the reality is that could change.
Right, but you're thinking that Lex is the Man of Tomorrow.
I think Lex is the Man of Tomorrow, or that Lex thinks he's the Man of Tomorrow.
Right.
Will be proven wrong, as is the case in the Brian Azzarello book. We'll see. Maybe a movie adaptation of a Brian Azzarello work will finally get Brian Azzarello to stop being so effing grumpy.
Wow.
Or,
wow.
You know what they should do? Since there's so much goodwill being engendered throughout the DC world, both comics and movies, they should re-release Batman Damned uncensored.
That would be something. That would legitimately be something.
Right?
They're not going to do that.
And they could do a whole tour. They could go out and go on all the same talk shows that maligned that book and helped to put it in the ground.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
That'd be amazing. I'd go. I'll go on. I'll talk to them about it. I'll explain it to them.
I know one creative who would love to have you on to talk about it. He caught some flack on social media for being like, Colbert hurt my book.
He did.
Yeah. And he was like, he was pissed. And
Colbert was?
No.
Oh.
No. Colbert didn't know.
Colbert should know.
Yeah, well. Anyway.
I'll just go catch him in Montclair or wherever the hell he is. Steven!
Steve!
Hey, what's up? Hey, real quick. Come here.
Yeah. Get Jim Lee, Brian Azzarello, and Lee Bermejo back on your show.
Yeah.
They only had Jim Lee, but like put them all on the show.
Yeah.
And replug Batman Damned.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I dare you.
Properly this time. You know, before your show's canceled, because it's over. I don't know if you know.
I do.
The late show or late show? It's the late show.
I'm just saying, you could be like Aragorn here.
Yeah. And, remake it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta play to his weaknesses.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Reforge the sword.
Yeah.
We make a lot of Lord of the Rings references, so the Colbert reference was lost on me for a second because we just so often make references to Lord of the Rings.
Yes, no. All right, so we have a lot of comics.
We do. I'm sorry. There's a lot of comic books to talk about. Why don't you kick us off since you have more books than I do, probably?
I don't think so.
No, we'll see about that.
I want to talk about 2 from last time that we didn't get a chance to talk about.
Yeah. I don't have those covers, but
because I just didn't see it.
It wasn't available.
No, one I just didn't see it.
Oh, that's right. You just missed it.
Flash number 24 from 2 weeks ago came out. Just really quickly, Batman Rising Part 6, written by Cy Spurrier with art by Vasco Georgiev.
Is this the end?
No, I think there's one more.
Okay.
This is like Spurrier's taking this down to the wire.
Well,
and
it's a speed-based book.
Yes, exactly. This was honestly interesting where this is going because Spurrier was leaning a little bit into like the we'll use like emotion and like kind words or whatever to maybe defeat this, and it doesn't work.
Well, sure. That sounds like a positively Snyderellian.
Yeah, and there's a great image of a planet Earth that has had the effigy of Darkseid like burned into it. It's very interesting book.
Yeah,
very interesting book.
Well, it is a relevant book. It's about the goings on, although it is also entirely Flash centric. But
and happening within like this time, like
Eclipso.
Kind of thing.
Like they explain what happened to Eclipso after the All In special.
Yes, they explain a lot about Eclipso here, and Eclipso we use like a time loop too in this. Like there's time shenanigans and then there's like other time shenanigans going on. Essentially, Ethan would hate this book.
Well, I don't think so because it's Psy. Yeah,
that's true. There's actually a moment in here where the like Wally, who is seemingly an outlier, has a conversation that is very Ethan-esque in which we like kind of recap what's going on. And like he's like, okay, let's just take a second here, and he just goes through all the things.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, so awesome. Yeah. God, this is dumb. All right, got it. Moving on, but it's not like it's cute. In that it's Psy playing with
this isn't a Vertigo book.
Well, he should be on one.
Well, they are announced. There is apparently going to be a big Vertigo announcement with more creatives.
Well, there should be, considering the fact that it was like almost a year to the day that they announced that Vertigo is back, and they haven't really done anything except for the Nice House by the Sea. I think,
which is just
was
a
under
sequel
Vertigo,
to
which was going to come out no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's Psy playing around with this like thing we often see in tropes where it's just like instead of like a big fight, it's like a conversation, right?
One of my favorite things,
right? Which is lovely, and it seemingly kind of works where it's just like being like, Eclipso, I get it, like you're just scared and like you're hurt and like whatever.
Like,
and
me,
he's like a big entity essentially, and then like they find out like they do almost like they go check in with like Forge in a sense where it's like, did it change? And it's like it's worse.
Oh,
because here's what happened.
Ah.
And it's like this happened, and like it's all these dominoes essentially, and it all revolves around Foxy the dog, because Foxy really is like this seed of like new like entity or like new creation essentially.
All right.
But like packaged in this dog, and only by the whims of it being like falling into Wally's family and being so loved and like having such an influence. Is there
any hope?
Yeah, that it has like such goodwill. And so when Eclipso acts like, oh yeah, maybe you're right, like Foxy lets down his barrier, his guard, and like Eclipso's able to absorb his power, and then like it's just like, well, I'm not doing this out of malice, but like I am gonna like make your planet look like Darkseid's face.
Oh,
so it's kind of clever
how
this works out, right? How someone might game the system. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Spurrier wraps this up, especially because he has positioned this event to not affect anything else except for obviously if it doesn't go well.
Sure. Well, which, you know, we don't have that many books left, so probably not.
Yeah, really, really like it. Good stuff. And then the other one, of course, is Wonder Woman.
Yes.
This is Wonder Woman number 11. I was like 10, 11. 10, 11. 10 plus 1. You
sound almost like a grade schooler.
Yes.
10, 11.
10, 11.
I love that reference. 10, 11. That's what the reference is, by the way. It's not any other numbers.
Yes, exactly. Kelly Thompson, writer on this. Hayden Sherman, the artist on this.
But not the cover artist.
No.
Or is it? Is this a Miller cover?
No, this is Sherman. I think after Miller.
Oh, that's cool.
This is Hayden Sherman for sure.
Gorgeous.
Man, this is a good issue.
Yes.
It's a really good issue.
It is a great issue.
It's a really great issue.
I mean, every issue has been great.
Yeah, it's a really good issue.
Yeah.
We get to see Diana as a little girl talking with what I assume is Hecate.
Yes.
And the reason I assume that is because Hecate often has dogs associated with her image and her symbolism. Usually it's a black dog, but whatever.
Well, but I won't fault them.
I'm sorry.
I'll let it
no.
slide.
I'm only saying that because they say it's like if you're ever looking for signs of Hecate, if you happen to see like 3 black dogs, that's like Hecate. Maybe like.
Well, or I mean, like I got the impression that the ruler
is it Artemis? Someone said it's Artemis.
I got the impression that the ruler of the maze was kind of like a poser.
Oh, that's Clea.
Oh
yeah, we haven't even dealt with Clea.
Oh, okay.
I'm just talking about when I'm talking about when Diana's a little girl and she solves the riddle and it's so cute. It is Artemis. Okay, fine.
All right, great.
Fine, everybody. Sorry. I'm sorry. I had to read so many comics this week. Leave me alone. Anyway, I've completely lost what I was going to say. It was a good book. Moving on. There you go. Conversation's over. You made me lose my train of thought.
Well, we got to go in the maze. We got to meet the what's it called, Clea.
Yeah,
who's like insane. Like I love the interaction between the two Amazonians, like between Diana.
She's just keeping it together.
Yeah, all the maze tattoos.
Oh well, yeah. I meant Clea's just barely keeping it together.
Oh yeah, well, that's fair.
Yeah, the maze tattoo. Interesting idea. I like the concept of it. I always struggle with when artists use patterns like that where I'm just like it doesn't really wrap but like it's an effect and it looks good and it's fine.
Yeah, my concern is always like, oh man, you really argue yourself into a corner now because you gotta be consistent with that. Like every time they go like we're gonna get creative with Iron Man's armor, I'm like, good luck drawing that all the time, and thanks for saddling everyone else with having to draw that awful armor. I'm looking at you, Hero Cage. But yeah, no, but it's still, I actually didn't have any concerns about it because this book is so dynamite.
Exactly. Overall, I felt like this was like Sherman's work in this was stronger. There's a couple of issues where I was like, I felt like he was, not as strong. But I thought this was quite good.
Just under the gun, he's doing the dark patterns.
And I think the dark pattern had a big part of it. Really love the siren part.
That was fun.
Like I'm like, yes, sirens are very scary, and we got to see a little bit of that. And I'm like, I love that too because they put her in the water and Barbara, like Minerva, being like so like I just want to say that like if this doesn't go well, this is your fault, not mine.
Yeah, like okay.
And I'm like, what are we doing with this character? I'm wondering.
Well, I think that Thompson's like, we're 11 issues deep. I don't know anything about these new characters. Like, you know what I mean? These classic characters who have just been kind of like relegated to hanging out over there while Diana does really awesome brand new stuff.
Yes.
It's like, you know what? That is such a great impulse to really focus on the new because of how successful Wonder Woman is. Absolute Wonder Woman, that is. But maybe it was too ambitious to introduce the classic characters so early because now they're just hanging out. Like they're relegated just kind of like guarding the bay. They're all bumblebees.
Yeah.
It's like, that's, you could have just introduced them later, maybe in a more new or exciting way, though they are still introduced in a very organic and interesting way. It's like, I like this iteration of Barbara. I like this iteration of Steve, all these different like members of Diana's, rogues / supporting cast. But also, we get really cool, awesome stories like the last 2-parter or the maze story or just the tetrahedron or whatever the hell is it. Like all this new and fun, crazy, mythological, almost Lovecraftian influence on this character is so much more interesting and fun. And all the like classic Wonder Woman stuff, it's been done.
Yeah,
like they did it, and to less successful effect each time. So like maybe just you would do well to leave it alone for a little while.
Yeah.
Lest you put the Mouse Man in your mainstream.
Right.
I actually think that the new Mouse Man series or the new Mouse Man story is not bad. It's just, I don't really care. I'm not pulled in.
Right.
But the Sampour art is,
yeah.
stoppers.
Yeah.
But the Sherman art,
Oh no, it's excellent. It's absolutely excellent. I think the key here is, they want to. Thompson wants to make sure that we know that like Io isn't necessarily like a threat. So like, we get a little Wonder Woman insider information where she's just like, okay, well, the ocean's back here. She could have obviously made it on her own, but she didn't leave them. And I'm like, all right, cool.
I love that. It's just like it's so cool and smart how like Thompson makes sure in every opportunity that presents itself and not an inorganic opportunity. Like Wonder Woman is not just cool and awesome when it suits her. Like she's always charitable and kind. And, like she's always generous. She's like, I know that you can do it.
Yeah.
As opposed to being like, here's what you need to do. And, almost inadvertently belittling Io. It's like, no. You could have easily gotten away, but you have this strength and you.
Well, she's like really just thinking it to herself. And I think she's saying it to us so that we're not expecting like a double cross or some like reveal here. But really the most important thing is the fact that obviously the Amazons are not gone.
Right. And I'm like, dreading their reintroduction.
I am too. Only because also Io's reaction to the name Cersei.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
sure, there's another story. I'm sure that for them, it's been, yeah.
Eek.
Indeed.
Yeah, like just good character work in this. Thompson is constantly informing us as to who she is without hammering home the same lesson.
Yes.
In this, we learn about Diana's ability to like solve problems in an unconventional way and to see options that maybe aren't as obvious to most people.
Right.
And it's pertinent because of how she ends up solving
the issue
with Clea and the weapon and just there's all these things. And she uses like one of her little baubles or little vials. I love the fact that she has these little things.
She does get these magical
most I'm not going to just say it's just necessarily only women. Just I am one of those people who I'm just like, yes, of course I want tiny jars of things. I just want little things with things in them. So I love that she has those, but one of them allows her to like see because she's being like the flowers are messing her head up in the last issue, but because of that she's able to see something else that's there, which something that no one maybe else had looked for. And I think it just really adds up in terms of like Thompson's overall feel. It just feels like
it's consistent. Like, it's not like, oh, now Wonder Woman has all these magical vials. Like, nope, long established. These are a thing that she has / does.
Yeah. I just feel like, and it may not be 100% accurate, but like the way in which Thompson writes for Diana in this, it feels like she knows everything about her, about who she wants her to be.
Yeah.
That's like not often that like the character surprises her on the page.
No.
Whereas like if you ask her like, oh, what's your favorite this? She'd have an answer. Like because
that's
she
it feels like it's like kind of almost an indie book.
Yeah. It's like
she's has reinvented Wonder Woman for herself.
Yeah. So that she's telling a story that actually happened.
Yeah.
So she has all this material to work with as opposed to something that she's like, I'm just making this up. It's like, oh.
Exactly.
So yeah, the Cersei thing, I'm not looking forward to.
Right.
Because it's like, obviously we might learn a darker side to the character,
undoubtedly.
But I really love her.
She's in hell,
right? But she's like, but so is Diana.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is like maybe this feeling of unfairness.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like witches in general.
Sure.
Like in terms of like human history.
Yeah.
And how they were portrayed. So but knowing Cersei's character often, we'll see how it goes.
We're gonna have a reveal.
We'll have a reveal, I'm sure. But I do think there's something interesting there too, just in terms of that like role and how they're often treated or were treated.
I
but yeah,
agree. Well, this has been a long time coming, and I figure I'd start with this one.
Sure. Oh my gosh.
This is J.M.D. Mateus and Jim Toey's Spider-Man 94. This is the official continuation in comic book form of the Spider-Man cartoon show from 94. There's a lot of there's a lot of stuff around this book. The fact that John Semper isn't involved, he's made it very clear that he has no input on this series, and that he would like to have input on this series, or at the very least that he would like to have the final say. It was all his series. He created Spider-Man, for God's sake. But
what?
No, it's just, you know,
oh, okay.
It was never your show. Every idea that came into that show that wasn't Spider-Man was weird.
Yeah.
You know, but it was really cool that you got to do your version of Spider-Man. But that was 30 years ago, and they still own the show. So, you know, there's nothing you can do about it.
Did he come up with the...
Yeah, of course. Well, he had to. You know, the censors told him that there was, you know, there's no way that you could show any vampires biting people. And he was like, but I want to use vampires. It's like, most people would say, well, I guess I can't use vampires. And he's like, no, I'm a creative person. Leech hands. And no blood either. Really? Okay, fine. Plasma then. That'd be much less gross and weird and scary. Anyway, this book is written by James DeMatteis, so it is very fun, and it rings very authentic, feels like the cartoon show, does a lot of creative gymnastics to factor in characters. One of the things you have to understand about the Spider-Man 94 show is that it was a toy commercial, that Avi Arad had a big role to play because he was, of course, one of the executives at Toy Biz, which owned Marvel at the time. And one of the kind of directives was sell action figures, introduce characters to sell toys, and also, of course, you know, if you're gonna put a character in there, throw another character in there. You have a lot of stock footage of,
so
you
those
can just
toys.
cut to those original footage, so we can save money on making the show.
You want to do that?
Very meatloaf looking show, despite the fact that everyone working on it was working very hard, especially the editors. But like, you know, they introduce Kane and Morlun, and you know, they do a time jump after the end of the series. Spoilers for a 35-year-old show. What was it? Madam Web takes Spider-Man to, you know, the multiverse or time or whatever the hell, into the Cloudverse to get Mary Jane back. And so he's already done that. And so Mary Jane's back, but it's like very recent. And they even tease that maybe one day we'll answer the question of where Mary Jane was. And I'm like, I don't really care. She's just in there for now. But, you know, there's the interplay of Pete and Mary Jane, and technically they're married because Peter married her Hydro clone beforehand, and so they never really annulled that marriage before everything fell apart and the show went off the rails.
How would you make a Hydro clone?
You just watch the series.
Is it because like someone heard that we were like
made of like 80% water? Or
yeah,
whatever.
like we have a high percentage of water, and they're like, well, I mean, what if if it was all water?
Yeah. Yeah, Miles Warren invents a Mary Jane clone using some of Maury Bench's powers / DNA because he heard that she died, and so he wants her back because in that show he's a possessive like ex-boyfriend. Anyway, the problem with this book is that it is ugly. The Jim Toei art is inescapably awful when it comes to the faces. Peter looks like a goblin. And he's not a goblin. He's a man.
A goblin man.
Yeah. Spider-Man looks great. The action looks great. The characters look great. Mary Jane looks great. It's just Peter. Like the Peter face is just wrong. It's not off model. Like it is off model. It's grotesque and distracting. You know, you just have to look away. Like it's one of those books where like if you read the speech bubbles and you look at the Spider-Man stuff, like it's a lot of fun and it reads really authentic. Like DeMatteis understands the assignment. He's like, I am writing like that cartoon show. Got it. And it reads exactly. You can hear the reused music scores throughout every single scene. Like, you know, if Pete and Mary Jane are talking, they're going to play the MJ Love theme. Like, you know that like when Spider-Man's attacking, it's going to have that, you know, Spider-Man action song. Like, it's just there. Every beat is so true. And Peter looks just
incorrect.
Repugnant.
Okay.
It's incorrect. And I looked at it at one point earlier just to kind of like try and get my bear. Like, why does he look so wrong? And it's like, is it just a choice? Is it just like an odd choice? No, like it's wrong. Like the anatomy's wrong on a face, a thing you look at all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could get those back and go, yeah, this is good enough.
Yeah, that's
like,
fine.
That's Marvel though, to a T. It's like, good enough, put it out. It's not like we're trying to bank on like an entire generation's nostalgia. Like, you throw them a cover like this and people are like, oh boy. And then they open it up and it's just, what? Like, I know what Peter Parker looks like. I've looked at thousands of images of him from the cartoon show because it's animated.
Right.
And then you throw that ugly face. Now, I know I'm harping on the face. It's the thing that everyone on the internet's harping on, but also it is a problem. Like when you're reading the book, it's a problem because you'll get right along and you'll get into that mode, and then boom, you're hit with that ugly ass face. And like, if you watch that cartoon, he's Peter Parker a lot in that cartoon. The decisions that are creative that are also really weird are hilarious. Like in this one, Kane is a disciple / like errand boy for Morlun, and maybe Morlun is and Morlun makes Kane clones. It's just like, yeah, like every decision that's made that they couldn't have made back then because the characters either weren't.
But now they can have real vampires.
Right. Spider-Man could punch more than once in the entire lifespan of the entire show. Like, you can do all the things you couldn't do. He could go through a window. He basically, think of the Batman animated series. Everything that they could do in that show, they didn't do in the Spider-Man animated series. So just think of all the things they could get away with that, and then put that in this comic book.
Yeah.
It's also the thing that I wanted from after X-Men 97, where I'm like, do this cartoon with that team, that creative group, with this show. Just do it now. It would be so great. Because Spider-Man really lends itself to a serialized TV format. It's just a problem that, like, it would cost, $600 million an episode. But yeah, it's a good book, except for that art. And even then, like, the art's pretty good when there's like a fight scene or a Spider-Man scene, or even a scene with all women. The scene with Mary Jane, Aunt Anna, and Aunt May looks good. It's just Peter, and I don't know why it's like such a problem. And it's not like I don't know why I'm having such a problem with it. I know why I'm having a problem with it. I don't know why it was like allowed to continue. It's like, look, if you can't get this face right, then you don't get the job. I drew Batman, but I just don't put the ears in there. I don't like those ears, or I can't draw them. Well, then you don't get the friggin' job. It's a good book though. Like, it's a fun read. It feels like the cartoon show. It's just, it's just ugly sometimes, and it shouldn't be. There's like no excuse for it. Especially because the covers are so great. They're like, hey, remember this? And you're like, oh, no.
Oh.
And it's a shame because, like, again, I think that he draws a pretty good Spider-Man and action. Even I don't know why the women faces work great and the guys' faces don't. I don't know. It's a mystery. But that will not be the reason this book is canceled.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm sure he will not. I'm sure he'll continue to draw it, despite anyone's protestations. And I got more Spider-Man, but that's later.
Okay.
I have big opinions about Spider-Man.
Okie dokie.
As you can imagine.
All right.
You want to talk about this book you hate? I mean, love?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's talk about Godzilla versus Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong 2, number 4.
Yes. Are you still on this book?
Yes. Is
it as good as the first series now that you're 4 issues deep?
It's picking up.
Oh, it should. I mean, like, you gotta ramp up.
Yeah, this is written by Brian Bucaletta with art by Christian Duche. Yeah, so this is the issue where they confirm a couple of things. They're like, one, like, Kong inevitably sees remember he like saw into like the hole where like Mr. Terrific and Green Lantern and others were, and they're like, I absolutely love this moment where Hal's like, hey, it's me, like your brother in green, and then he starts doing the in bright as day and black as night.
Okay.
And like Flash is like, why would he know that? He's like, well, he had a ring in the last series. Like King Kong like brandished the Green Lantern ring.
That's right.
So yes, he should know this.
Yeah.
And that's when we establish the fact that we're actually gone back in time. These like Kong and Godzilla have not gone
to the DC universe
yet in this.
What?
But our heroes have met them. So that's why Kong doesn't recognize anybody.
That's so weird. What a weird choice. Okay.
Okay. So I was like, sure, that's cool.
What? So they have okay.
So, inevitably, like, we get a little more Godzilla action, which I was like,
finally, there will be Godzilla in this Godzilla crossover.
You will be having Godzilla in your Godzilla Kong book, right? But Godzilla and Superman fight. Kara joins in because the two of them are not as powered on this world because of the sun.
Sure.
And inevitably,
they were in the Hollow Earth or something.
Well, no, it's just because of the Monarch universe. It's just different.
All right.
So they have
Sounds a little dimmer.
Yeah, or just different wavelengths or whatever. Anyway, you know, the Green Lantern team has basically come up with some other ideas.
Okay.
Well, or no, it's the Wonder Woman team. Yeah. They use one of the Monarch labs and they like come up with some stuff. And essentially what it is they've come up with like a gas that will do essentially to King Shark to someone else, make them big and like kaiju size, but like for a temporary amount of time as opposed to like killing you.
Yes.
Right. So they're like, there's a couple folks there like thinking might want to or could do it. And never they're like, here you go, Superman.
Right. Get big and punch these guys.
Yeah, but they're like, the other problem is it kind of messes with your brain a little bit when you are big. Stupid? Yes.
Like Maul.
Yeah. So he's just a big, dumb Superman.
Okay.
Right? Who's like, like he says like being giant is affecting like, oh no, someone else says being giant is affecting. He says, I can't remember what he says, like something about like, his brain or like
brain hurty big.
Yeah. Essentially.
Cool.
But no, that's right. He doesn't say anything. They ask how you feel, and he goes, and they're like, okay. But he's like punching Godzilla, and the two of them are just having at it. And then they both get hit by something. Well, they both do like their powers and like kind of negates, and there's a huge explosion, and they're like, oh my gosh, and they're both on the ground. And then we see flying in Ghidorah. Or Ghidorah.
Okay.
And Rodan.
Oh no!
So I think what we're gonna get is one of the other things that we didn't get, which is Godzilla and Superman teaming up.
Yeah. Good.
I'm wondering if we're gonna get that, which I am excited about.
Yeah.
Because there are other things where it's like, do you want to see like? Remember, I was like, what's your list of things you want to see?
Right.
Like these two hit each other.
Yeah. And the
like,
DC one, it was like, yeah, they did all the things.
Just did all the things, but we didn't do something quite like this. Like they kind of teamed up in as much as like Superman led Godzilla to where he needed to be, but like we didn't have a giant Superman and a giant Godzilla.
And why would you? But
fighting these beasts? Now, of course, as we know, like these like antagonists of Godzilla are a problem.
Yes.
Especially if Godzilla is not at his peak and he's just had a battle with Superman.
Yeah.
So I think this is gonna be kind of interesting. I'm excited to see it. Like I was like kind of like
on the fence about it again.
But I'm like, I'd love to know where this is gonna go, right? Because you have these super villains. You have Shaw who like killed Waller, and like he's like he has his own plan, and obviously Lex has his own plan, and Harley's just doing her own thing. So you have all these like disparate little elements.
Yeah.
But just
and
like
doppelgangers too.
Potential, right? We have the one we saw Harley and
and
Harleen.
Yes.
Together, and I'm like, are we going to see more of that? We haven't seen Harley in this issue.
Really?
So I'm like, is she literally is she going to find
the Joker?
Right? I don't know. And I'm like, these are all the things that like in the last issue where we had a lot of little pieces and they all kind of came together in some capacity. So I'm interested to see how they're going to pull it off. Obviously, what are you here for? It's to see a lot of the like
kaiju fights,
the Godzilla, the this, the that, and the giant Superman of it all. Right. Giant Superman is drawn interestingly. Like they definitely change a bit of his anatomy. Like they make sure like that he's bulkier looking. He has like a bit more of a pronounced forehead. He's got like a wider jaw. Like they make him look a little more like Neanderthal, not entirely, but we're leaning into that a little bit, and it works. It weirdly works.
Sure.
He also has like super chunky feet. It's like it's cute. It's a whole thing. But yet, obviously, how do you up the ante with these kaiju? You enter other like antagonist kaiju. Yes. So good stuff. I think.
Okay.
I think. That's King Ghidorah. I'm not calling him king.
No, he ain't my king.
He ain't my king. He ain't my king.
I took a look at Ninja Turtles number 11. I believe it's the penultimate issue of this run from Jason Aaron and Juan Ferreira. This has been a long time in the making. This has been like a brand new series set in the same universe as the previous IDW series, but with a kind of fresh start, fresh reset on this whole thing. Jason Aaron writing the Turtles, and one of those big things was like back in New York, and they are had all the Turtles go in disparate ways, have them all return under threat of like death from the Foot Clan re-established, and then they return. They find out there's this corrupt DA who has criminalized mutants and them specifically, and hidden foot soldiers within like public works departments, like the fire department and the police department and everything, and just painting the Turtles in a very negative light. You've also got the subplot.
They're painted turtles.
Exactly. No, these are well, they are amphibious, so perhaps. But you see the Turtles, I don't know, like they have the issue of the dead rat that Donatello thinks is Splinter, and like people, the turtles not believing him until eventually they do hear Splinter, though I think they know it's not in the dead rat. We have April O'Neil taking up the mantle of Casey Jones while Casey was in a coma, though Casey comes out of the coma. We're getting a series about Casey right now, which will, I think, dovetail out of this series as well. This issue is kind of like the trial of the turtles, where the DA prosecutes the turtles, and the turtles kind of like face their accusers, and then a parade of witnesses come out of the woodwork to talk about like what all the good that the turtles have done and how corrupt the DA is. And then the DA goes to Karai because apparently he was a puppet of the Foot Clan and he gets turned into a monster himself. This issue feels a little rushed because I think that the next issue is the last one for Aaron. And I wonder, if that was the plan. It feels like it's just kind of like, okay, well then it all fell apart. Like we a lot of decompression the first 9 issues.
Okay.
Like April gets to be a Casey Jones character. She wears the hockey mask and kicks ass in this issue, the penultimate issue. Yeah,
I get you.
It's just like you were building up a lot of stuff and then we just kind of threw it all at the wall here. Art's great. Ferreira did a great job. I'm sad to see him go, but I'm happy to see that Freddie Williams will be taking over the series after this with Daniel Young.
So crazy.
Fantastic duo. I'm looking forward to that series and that team and what they're going to do. I know that Young is a Donatello fan, so good for you.
Listen, everyone's got their weaknesses.
So, I don't know. I never really was a fan of the DA villain, because he was just some fat guy.
Sure.
The turtles can't like fight him, but now they can because he's a big stupid monster.
They could also just fight him.
Yeah, but
they can like fight guys.
He would lose immediately.
Okay, no one said it had to be a fair fight.
Like stab. It's still fun, but this issue was the weakest of all of them, unfortunately. But there's one more left, so check it out. But I don't dislike it. I just felt like it felt a little rushed.
Okay.
And it felt like all the ideas were just kind of like,
some people like that level of like sort of like
compression. There's a lot of stuff happening. That's true. If you've been like, where is the chase and how can I cut to it? Well, cut to issue 11 because that's where the rest of the chase takes place.
Excellent.
So you got a lot going on there. So check that out if you're interested.
I would love to stick in the DC universe for a second. I'd love to talk about the 2 Absolute books I read this week.
Sure.
Let's chat about Absolute Superman.
Yes.
Written by Jason Aaron with art by Carmine Di Giandomenico.
Yes.
I'm getting better at saying that. Now this is an Absolute book that I'm still reading.
Yes. I am not, but I
fine.
might pick up the trade. I did pick up the hardcover of the first arc, so
great.
We'll see that at some point.
This is like obviously Superman has like been taken by the Al Ghuls.
Yes, who are the new Superman villains of the Absolute Universe.
Yeah, and the idea is like Talia was posing as like this more benevolent being person. It was all a ploy. It was all
oh no, I hope they don't do that. And then they did.
And then they did it anyway. And that, listen, whatever. This issue really isn't about that, other than like what does Raz, whatever you want to say, want?
Right.
And he literally just wants Superman to like
sire and heir.
Well, to think that he's like either his father Superman? Or that like to help to work with him.
Okay.
For him. And how are they going to do that? Well, that's where we like enter in Brainiac a little bit more so, right? Like we've seen Brainiac,
yes,
right?
There's a whole issue dedicated.
To Brainiac, which ironically I don't think I actually read.
Yeah, that's right.
So for me, this was like I was like, oh, okay.
You're getting a crash course.
I am. I didn't really need it. Like this issue told me a lot about Brainiac and the fact that Brainiac to me is like Brainiac meets Mr. Sinister.
Yeah. Big time.
Not in his love of like necessarily genetics.
Nope, just in his attitude.
In his attitude and the way in which he has all these minions who are clones of himself and the way he treats them. Like it gives off those airs. I'm not saying it's like a stolen anything. I'm not saying that. It's just that's what it made my brain think of. You just can't help but like make these analogies sometimes or these like comparisons.
100%.
And in this like Superman is like lashed into this like crazy, not quite Kirby looking, but like it reminds
inspired.
me. No, it reminds me more of like maybe like 90s ish sort of like Weapon X-ian.
Yeah, it looks like a weapon. It looks like the Wolverine table.
There's lots of like parts and there's cables running places. There's not as many cables.
Right. They're not
as Weapon X.
It's rare that you get that many cables.
Just a ton of cables, and he's being held by like kryptonite like shackles essentially to keep him down there, and like he's not awake most of the time, seemingly. And there's all these like wires going into his head, and essentially Brainiac is feeding him all these scenarios in which they're pushing him to essentially kill.
Oh, okay.
Where it's just like, oh, look at your poor parents being like, arrested and whatever. And like, because Krypton sucked. So like, you're going to go to an orphanage because like your crime is being an orphan now. Like all these things, like showing all these moments, like, with the Kents, them being like, it's okay that you had to kill someone or whatever. Like just all these things, even creating scenarios in which like he would break out and then like go to kill Brainiac, but then didn't. So he like gets upset about like Brainiac's like, no, that's not what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to kill me. Right. Like all these things that just try to break him.
Interesting that's the focus.
Yeah. Well, Brainiac is like, it's funny. Like he obviously is working for Ra's al Ghul, but like also just doing his own thing kind of.
Yeah. Which wouldn't be
obviously he treats his like clone servants like horrifically, in which like one of them like offers a suggestion and he's just like, not necessary. Also, you spoke at a turn, so take your tongue and return it to the parts department.
Right. Yeah.
Or like
This is well in the you'd see why in the Brainiac issue. It's just he's been driven insane.
That comes across. I didn't need.
No,
it just completely comes across in every ounce of art, and I would say like Gian Domenico.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Why not?
No, I want to make sure I get it right. But like,
I mean, you said all the right syllables.
It's just did I say them in the correct part?
Which emphasis on the wrong syllable?
Which exactly. Just like really doing a good job.
Yeah.
Of
capturing
and getting across that like state of mind for sure. Madness. Obviously Soul has been put in a container and is being like kept, but like nearby. This is always the fatal flaw.
Yes, you hang on to those. Yeah,
you hang on to it and you keep it nearby.
Right.
You put it someplace else. Put it in another facility. It's got to go in another facility.
Yes.
Right. All right.
Far away.
It's got to. You can just
you kill it.
Don't put them together.
No.
Obviously, he wants to study it. I mean, like it's a technological marvel.
It
so
is
I
indeed,
mean, you probably don't want to just get rid of it, or how would you even?
Right. Depends on what your priorities are.
So inevitably, Lois and Jimmy are also being held, and they're planning here, or the plan here is they're the final test. If when they wake up Superman, he kills them,
right?
Like if they're like, go kill them, and he does it,
yep,
they're good, right?
All right.
So they're hanging on to them, but not for long because Lois's father shows up.
Oh no!
And like, because he's got clearance, and so he shows up, and he kicks ass and takes names and gets in there, and then inevitably he's killed.
Oh,
it's quite sad. Like how he dies is actually pretty horrific in front of his daughter, in which like Talia like throws a knife into his head.
Oof.
But it's a really cool sequence where like he shows up and he's like, don't worry, like peacekeepers, I know the drill, blah blah blah. And then they're like, I noticed like you're not on the docket, like what's up? And he's just like, you know how the story goes, a man will do anything for his family, and he pulls a gun and like he just fights his way down to find Lois. But like she's like, we can't leave until we get Superman, essentially. Like we can't leave him here. So the two of them are obviously going to have a hand in all of this, but inevitably like Cal does wake up, and he has been awake occasionally, like, and he wakes up and he does attack, but we don't see what happens. But like Soul essentially gets free as well, because like the helpers, Cal's been like whispering things to them, and like in a whisper that no human here could hear. And so he's been whispering to them like, you're worth more than this and you should have your freedom. And so like they end up like messing with the containment unit for Soul.
Okay.
And so Soul is free, and
so you get a big like
and like Soul grabs Clark and is like, or Cal, and is like, I have to get you out of here, because like Cal is almost gonna kill Brainiac.
Totally.
And so like it's almost feeling like at this point, yes, the Kents had a very minor role, the L's had a bigger role, but it feels like Soul is actually going to have the largest role to play, maybe on a little more of his formative years. We'll see. This kind of held my interest for sure. Like I know, like I've been like struggling to find the thread here. It really just feels like Aaron is bringing like the worst of humanity to Cal's feet, and so that hopefully, I'm wondering if we're like on like for a really big swing. I know this is supposed to be a dark universe, but I'm wondering if we're just waiting for him to be like, okay, like I have to be better than all of this, and I need to like commit to hope. Maybe I don't know, but like I will say that like that the entire section with like Brainiac, just, I'm telling you, like, I did not need to know that he had, like, there was a madness to him. Like, he is just depicted in such a, like, a wide-eyed, like, you know, just manic state at all times. Loved it. Like, really good. And like, upset. Like, I was like, oh, I don't look at this though. But like, in that way where I'm like, I'm not meant to. I'm not like, it's not like I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not meant to want to look at this any longer.
Like that too, where it's very gross.
Yeah. He is just not pleasant.
Yeah.
He's unpleasant. I tell you. We can also talk about Green Lantern.
Oh, absolute Green Lantern?
Yes, absolute Green Lantern, if you'd like.
Why not?
If you'd like, we could definitely chat about that.
Yeah,
that is written by Al Ewing. Thank you, with art by Janoy Lindsay.
Yes.
I remembered. I didn't have the credits page up because I don't know about this book.
Yeah.
And it's not the fault of anyone in particular. It's just not resonating with me. I feel like we get a little bit more explanation on the lantern core.
Oh, okay.
There's only 4 colors, which
all right,
is fine. I mean, most people, I think a lot of people just only think of the green and yellow anyway. But that instead of them being like necessarily forces against one another, they're like levels.
Oh.
They're like levels for they're levels in a pyramid scheme. No, they're just they are levels in I think like awareness or something like that.
I see.
There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of interesting ideas. You know, we're getting a read on maybe where the story might be going, but also very much not. Like, I am somewhat very much in the dark about this series and what the message is.
Right. What is this book about?
And I'm not saying that every story has to have a message.
No, but like a lot of the absolute books do.
Yeah, and that's maybe what I'm struggling with a bit here. But like the idea of like, I'm going to mispronounce all these, like Quard, Rao, Sir, and R or Our. These are the levels. Or AUR.
Yeah, I guess
our. I feel like I'm doing the worst Australian accent when I try to say that, but like
Quar nor
Arnor.
George.
Quard. There's 4 levels of light. Quard is the lowest, then Rao, then Sir, then R.
Quard is the weapons planet.
Quard is the black hand. Red is Rao. That's what
the sun god from Krypton.
Yeah. Sir is the green and Our is yellow.
Okay.
So like John Stewart is yellow. He's got like the highest level of light.
Oh.
But like here's the thing. Like Jo doesn't agree.
Sure.
Like she doesn't agree at all. And
shocking.
And inevitably she's just like, I have to help my friend. I have to help Hal Jordan. And like so she was like, my like the green like power gave it to you, like Abin Sur, the Abin Sur. That's not his name. His name is, that's his title.
Oh.
He's the Abin Sur. Sir being the green. Like,
woof. What a parade of first ideas. What a shark lawyer this comic has turned out to be.
So like she uses her abilities because she's like that. The Abin Sur gave you this like ability. I should be able to take it away, and so she like banishes it from him, and which is like kind of gives us this really dope moment though, where like there's like the study of like the big Green Lantern the power battery looking thing, right? Yeah. Like it like shoots out green, then red, and then like all this black ooze comes like flowing. It's like kind of cool looking. I'm like, oh,
every
neat.
issue has a cool moment.
Yeah, some cool looking things for certain. But she inevitably like takes Hal to her ex-wife.
Okay.
And like she's a government agent who has been put on like paid leave because she's too close to this. She can't be involved with this.
Right.
So it's like, oh no, to be continued.
Or nor.
I just don't know if I have it in me anymore. Yeah. It's just the ideas here are a little too disparate for me. And I just don't know what I'm supposed to be focused on. And like, it's a lot of like things that are happening.
Yes.
Like things are happening, but I don't know if those things collectively make a strong enough story for me. And that doesn't mean that like it's maybe not, maybe they're just like Ewing's just playing the long game.
Sure.
Maybe there's like just some other things where it's like, oh, once you get to this and you look back, it all kind of clicks.
Will coalesce. Yeah.
But like right now, I feel like I'm just adrift and I don't know where to go.
Right.
I don't know if anyone else feels like this. That's right. Simon Baz also suddenly is in this book. That's her her ex-wife's partner, and he still wears the mask, even though he's an agent.
Okay. Yeah. Should we explain the shark lawyer reference?
No.
No, why not?
Because there's no time.
All right, fine. Well, that's a shame for Green Lantern.
We can explain it. There was a show years ago. It was an effects and makeup show called Face Off. It was a competition show where a bunch of very talented and somewhat maybe less talented individuals went on this show in order to hopefully get a whole bunch of money and like get exposure and experience making practical effects for movies and shows, right? And like one of them had to do with like an aquatic theme that had to go in the water.
To be able to go in the water.
And it had to be something. It was like some combo idea.
Yeah, it was like an animal plus like a vocation or something like that.
Yeah. And they came up with this one team came up with the idea of a shark lawyer because, lawyers are sometimes
categorized as sharks.
And it was the first idea they had. It was what they did. And it did not work out at all.
Right, like they made a shark man. They put him in the actual like business suit. So when he went in the water, the suit filled up and he looked like an idiot. And it was goofy. It never actually worked.
Yes.
And yeah, so it was a shark lawyer. And they asked him, like the judges asked them to explain their idea. They were like, shark lawyer, why a shark lawyer? And they're like, well, shark lawyer. Like lawyers are sharks. And they were like, that's it?
Yes.
That it was like just such a
that was the first idea that they had. And so now whenever we hear something that sounds like it's a first idea, it's a shark lawyer.
Right.
So there you go.
So there you have
someone in chat mentioned this had to do with something that Jim Henson Creatures or Creations. No, that was actually
that was
a totally different show having to do with specifically doing puppetry for the Jim Henson Creature Shop.
That was another show.
Different,
that was a bit of a disaster because it was like, how can you do like puppetry that ornate and intricate on such a budget of time and money? And the answer is you can't. And that's why there's only like one season of that show. I finished this series, which I had theories on. I was like, I thought this was going to go one way, and you know what? It didn't. It didn't go in the direction I thought.
In a good way.
So I finished this book, and it's written by Kevin Scott with art by Stefano Nessi. And I actually thought to myself, like, I'm going to be really positive in this episode. And
this episode,
I was like, I'm just gonna. I don't even care if I don't like the book. I'm gonna tell everybody how great it is, and I'm just gonna sell it because that's what people accuse me of not being. Is just so positive, and this book is so bad.
So I guess really the question is, why read it?
Right.
That's what it is.
Well, because I thought
we just don't have to talk about it then.
Right, yeah, no.
But you read it. I get it.
I read it, and the issue is like, the writer put himself in the book. Like, Kevin Scott's the bad guy.
Oh.
And it's like, we all read Animal Man. Like, it's not, like, this is Gwenpool, dude. And it's like, yeah, I know Gwenpool's like a fourth wall breaking character, but like, there's a limit. What I think, maybe they thought that what I thought was going to happen was what everybody thought was going to happen, because like you introduce a Gwen Stacy clone, you got this other character, Gwenpool, who is not Gwen Stacy in any way. You kill Gwenpool in issue 2 or whatever, so she's a ghost, and you got another Gwen Stacy running around that you don't need. I thought like, oh, so she gives up her life, and then Gwenpool goes into her body, and then you have a Gwenpool who's actually Gwen. A literal Gwen Stacy. You have 3 Gwen Stacys running around. Well, 2 and 1 corpse. Instead,
it's hopefully not running around.
No. So they reveal that like they kept Gwenpool's body and they deathlock her, so she's like a half cyborg, half corpse.
Oh, so she is running around.
This is the Gwenpool.
Oh, not the corpse.
No.
Okay.
So Gwenpool's body was recovered. They turn her into a deathlock. So then Gwenpool jumps into that body, and she's like, "I guess this is just my status quo now." And the Gwen Stacy character, like clone, is like, "And I'll just still be here." It was a weird, like almost future-proofing book. There's a great moment in, I think it was Gwenpool, where Jeff the Land Shark was like given to Deadpool for the monster book from Kelly Thompson. And it was like, she's like, my book's going to get canceled and I don't want Jeff to die.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll give you Jeff.
Yeah.
And I'll get out of here. And then she eventually was relegated to like cameos and occasional like miniseries like these. That's a great idea and a fun fourth wall breaking meta concept. Nothing here is like original or exciting, and like I could feel that like the book definitely got prematurely, like it feels like either this is like a really unoriginal pitch or the book got canceled, and so he's like, oh crap, what am I gonna do? And it's like this is like the second Spider adjacent but not Spider-Man, but no, there is a Spider-Man book. There was like a web Marvel book that came out recently where Spider-Man meets the writer of the issue, and like he's the villain of the book, and I'm like, we just saw this. I mean, you didn't read it.
So it's not like the artist decided to make the character look.
Kavan Scott's like, I'm the bad guy, and I wrote the book, and I thought this was gonna go better. Like I even put Spider-Man in the book, and it's still not selling. And I'm like, this is really weird, and like not in like a fun way. It's just you know, it was a poor showing. Stefano Nessi does the best they can, and I'm sorry, I'm sure you'll get another job. But this book like had ideas that I was like, at least there were twists and turns. I was like, oh, that's fun, you know. And I liked Gwen Poole, and it just didn't work. It was an unsuccessful venture.
Okay,
but it will get a trade, and you can go ahead and spend $35 on it.
Sure, absolutely.
So that happened. What else you got?
Should I try
a lot?
I don't have a lot. I've got like 4 more. Is that a lot?
Yes.
Well, let's talk about It's Jeff.
It's Jeff.
It's Jeff and
speaking of Jeff,
other Marvel tales.
Yeah.
Number 1 is a collection that includes It's Jeff, Alligator Loki, and Marvel Meow. So it's written by Kelly Thompson, Alyssa Wong, and Now Fuji, with art by Gurihiru, Bob Quinn, and Pete Pantazis. And Now Fuji also does the art for their stories. So it's just 3 sections of stories, one focusing on Jeff, one focusing on Alligator Loki and Throg, and one focusing on various cats within the Marvel universe.
Love that.
It's Jeff is great. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Marvel Meow. Alligator Loki was something I ended up enjoying more than I thought I would have.
Great.
Cute stuff for sure. You know, It's Jeff is always just a fun all ages read, in my opinion. Yes. A great opportunity. Obviously, the other Jeff book right now, where Jeff is chasing a shadow, has a few more words in it. And that's the one I was like, if you have a young reader, that would be a great all ages one. This is more or less like, let's learn how comics flow.
I love
and
that.
Like look at panels and that type of thing.
It's a great idea. It's a great way to get like even younger people.
Yeah, has a little bit more of a storybook, especially the It's Jeff part. Stuff like vibe where it's like just panels, you're looking at the images and having the image tell you the story.
Well, and it's written by Kelly Thompson, so I assume it's also just kind of like a fun exercise for her to like try.
Oh, sure. And it's adorable, right? Like they're all the first It's Jeff is just like a one-off where Jeff gets invited to a party. The only reason I'm going over this is because there's a very funny thing to me that happens. Jeff goes to the party. They have a bounce house. Jeff goes in the bounce house and bounces too much, and then inevitably bites the bounce house, and the bounce house deflates, and all the kids are sad. And so Jeff is like, "Hang on!" And Jeff makes a call, and the next thing we see is Doctor Strange wearing a clown nose, like doing magic tricks at the party.
Cool.
Which I was like,
you're like, thank you.
It's
funny. And cute.
He's annoyed.
Like, yeah, sure.
But it's Jeff,
right? So it's like, okay, it's fun.
It's Jeff, and he's asking you to come take care of a party for children.
Also, it's a great visual aid for how Marvel's treating Doctor Strange.
It's also an homage to that. Remember that Benedict Cumberbatch where he's like a magician at a party?
Yes.
He's Doctor Strange at the party.
Yeah. It was like some like Jimmy Kimmel joke.
Yeah. So that was cute.
That's great.
And then the others are like mostly all the stories in here, at least the second It's Jeff story, there's a series of 3, so you also get to go through like, let's go through chapters essentially.
Right.
And the same thing with Throg and Alligator Loki, where you have this like you kind of establish a relationship where like Loki and Thor are in it as well, and then you get to see that they're also rivals.
Right.
And then you get to see that Alligator Loki clearly wants to fly, or he wants the like little mini Mjolnir that Throg has, and so he ends up swallowing it, which makes him heavy. And so it's a whole little adventure. It's cute and it's fun, and so many people in the Marvel universe don't know how to handle this, but they end up going to who do they go to? Dr. O'Hara, veterinarian, and she's able to fix it.
Okay.
And then Marvel Meow is a series of like absolutely adorable. I really like Now Fuji's art. You saw me reading some of this. I was like, you have to see this, especially because at least 2 of them involve Spider-Man.
Right.
And so like one of them has to do with Black Cat and her like 4 cats.
Okay.
And Dr. Octopus. There's just plenty of visual comedy to be had. Again, very cute, very sweet. Just an exercise in visual storytelling here. And then, Chewie you know, dropped off by Spider-Man to Mysterio, and again, inadvertently, very cute like outcome to that. And then, you know, we have all these cats in the Marvel universe, and we also have Sandman in the Marvel universe.
So we're gonna make a literary joke,
which there's almost a moment of that, but you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then we throw a Sabretooth in there too, which I thought was really cute. A lot of great opportunities to show like a very grumpy character having to deal with these adorable things.
I love that.
And I always forget that Sinister has a cat.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, I always forget that Sinister has a cat. But like just cute stuff. Like I said, like it is very all ages friendly. That's not saying that you as an adult cannot enjoy it yourself if you're looking for something a little bit lighter. But if you do have a younger person in your life, you know, your own children, nephew, niece, anyone like that, this is just something where it's just like if they're ever like, you know, curious about comics, very safe, very innocuous, sort of thing.
Love that. That's
cute stuff.
Yeah.
You want me to go over something else?
Why not? You're in the Ultimate Universe sometimes.
Yeah, we could talk about Ultimate X-Men. There's not a ton I can talk about here.
That's fair. Just tell people that you like it and move on.
Yeah, this is Peach Momoko, Ultimate X-Men number 19. Of course I like it. It's a great issue.
I know you do.
There's we're watching things kind of fall apart for this side of the universe, in which it's like there's a lot of fighting going on, which is like sad to see, because obviously you have the actual mutants who seemingly do actually have powers.
Right.
And then you have the children of the Atom, who we don't know where their powers came from. Actually, we don't know where anyone's powers really came from here, right? Yeah. But there's a lot of fighting going on between these two groups. We had met earlier. We met Surge earlier in the series, and like she has a very dark sort of background.
Okay.
But she's definitely mixed up in the Children of the Atom. Has like kind of, I think, a not great relationship with father figures. But yeah, we see all this fighting, and it's sad to see, because it's like, obviously, you know, the human race is not going to be a fan of most of these characters anyway, as often happens when you're in an X title.
Naturally.
So it's just sad to see them all going at each other. But it's a great opportunity for Peach to kind of stretch her art muscles and do a few more action sequence. Yes. But we get to see all of our characters, our sides, like going for it. And then inevitably, the Maester shows up. Is it the Maester? Am I right about that? Anyway, their Mr. Sinister like rolls up,
their version of Mr.
because he injected himself last time, and he's got a lot going on for sure. It's Maester. Hooray. And needless to say, we don't have to worry about him anymore, but I won't tell you. Well, maybe. Because if he is a Mr. Sinister version, there's always something to worry about.
Of course. Oh yes, there's always a Sinister.
There's always a Sinister waiting in the basement somewhere. But he gets taken out in a way that was surprising to me.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily show that there is hope for a specific character, but definitely I was like, where are they going with this? Like, or where is Peach going with this? Right. What is she going to do about it? The lexicon for this gives you a little bit of background about Kageyama in first grade, and it is dark.
Ooh, okay.
It is surprisingly dark for how not dark it looks.
Yeah.
In which we see Kageyama is in the principal's office, and his mother comes like rushing in because she's been called in. Ooh. And she immediately just apologizes for what her son has done.
Okay.
And like, you know, Kageyama says, like, you know, it's like Matsuda's like own fault. He's just a vegetable potato. And like, he's like, Mom told me that like when I'm nervous, I should just picture everyone as a potato. And then we see the last panel is like a potato there and a bloody like fork.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, so it is dark.
Yeah.
Like what she's building for this character. It's so funny because her style can be, again, it can have that horror to it, but it is so like energetic that sometimes you can forget that there's like this dark underbelly to it. Right. So a lot going on. I really like this series a lot. It is so not your standard X-Men fare. Yeah. But like as we're going along, as we're watching these like groups form, it feels
like the X-Men feeling.
Yes, it has this like X-Men vibration to it that it's like operating on.
I love that. Well, I took a gamble and I read Amazing Spider-Man number 11, aka Amazing Spider-Man number 975. I'm like, oh, now you want to do legacy numbering. But this, I mean, this
we're so close to 1,000, Sal.
We got to do it. And I'm like, why don't you just say it's 1,000 since you don't care about the future and you don't care about numbering. You're just making up anyway. This is 2 different artists. And, you know, as you can imagine, one is more successful than the other. But they're both written by our good friend,
Joe Kelly.
Joe Kelly. It's the same issue, but it's just like you got 2 issues. The first part is the Earthbound story, where it's like you got the taller Spider-Man and the questionable Peter Parker. What are their stories? Who are they? This book reveals those with Jazzy John Romita Jr. on art. There's some sequences that are actually pretty well rendered. I mean, it's John Romita Jr. If you give him some time, he's going to do a good job. If you don't, that's why you hired him. But also, it's going to look like the worst kind of John Romita Jr. art. It's in there. The story, though, is fun, and you get to see like the reveal of who Peter Parker is. It's Ben Reilly. He's still Chasm, unfortunately, but he also is like, I'm gonna just make myself look like Peter. And Janine's around, and I guess she either is like, you know, moonlighting as that stupid Hobgoblin ripoff character with the masks, or Hallows Eve, or she just gave it up because it's a terrible concept.
She's like, well, that was a weird part of my life.
Weird period of my life, but
she's like, I could have just gone backpacking in Europe, but I decided I would just try to be Hallows Eve.
Why don't I just be Hallows Eve?
Just see where it goes.
And it'd be great if like Janine just like put the suit in the garbage and did like an Amazing Spider-Man 50 homage, so like anyone else could be Hallows Eve, because I think that suit looks rad because it just looks like Girl Hobgoblin. And Girl Hobgoblin, where I wear a Frankenstein mask and now I'm strong, or a Dracula mask and now I can bite you. Just awful. It's just that's a terrible idea. Like I would fire you if you pitched me that idea.
Me?
Like if I no, but I would question our relationship. You were like, I have a great idea. It's a villain who wears masks and they get the powers of them. Where do the masks come from? Who makes these masks?
See,
I make them in my magic purse.
Hold on. Like, I would entertain this idea because Coat the Face Stealer.
Right. That's not what this is.
I know. I'm just saying, like, but because of that, I'd be like, wait, what is this?
Right. Yeah.
And I'd be like, no, probably not.
If it was
no, I'm thinking not.
Again, you would have to workshop it. But like, if you're just like, no, she is a Party City monster. That sucks. But her suit looks great, and she's a fantastic action figure. That's all to say. You know, obviously the reveal of Spider-Man, like Ben Reilly meets Spider-Man. If this is in the hands of a more talented editorial, there might have been a kind of like homage to the Clone Saga, since Ben Reilly is firmly established as Peter Parker in this new universe, or rather this story arc. You know, when we first meet Ben, it's in a great like rooftop sequence where Spider-Man meets Ben Reilly. Maybe they were even going for it, but like the art just didn't work. But like, there are people who love Ben. They love him because of what they knew him to be in the Clone Saga. If you're going to do that, the Clone Saga is the story. Like, so Pete meeting Spider-Man, that was like the teaser. It was like Spider-Man versus Peter Parker for the first time in history. Blah. Like, you could do that, and they didn't. Instead, they had to have him turn into Chasm and fight Spider-Man, and then you find out who the Spider-Man is, and it's like, yeah, we knew. Not only were there spoilers, but also like he's a foot taller than Ben Reilly. And we ran into characters. Also, there is an implication that Ben knows Peter is not here, that Peter is gone, and he left Ben in charge, which is funny because like he did that already in Beyond, like literally did that. But I guess that's just like what he does, and that's okay. Though I would have preferred Kane. I then get another story, which is drawn by Pepe Larraz, where we see Peter in space. Hellgate was like, you need to be stronger or better, or blah. And like, for whatever reason, some like lame Asgardian ripoff character makes Spider-Man feel like, I need to be better. I need to be the superior Spider-Man. He doesn't say that. It's me making a reference. But, you know, he needs to be like better. And so he's stranded in space, and he's like on some rock, and we get a beautiful sequence of like Peter trying to survive, and like he makes like a rain catcher out of his suit, and he's trying to eat fruit, and he throws up, and he eats like a thing and throws. He's just wasting away until eventually some spirit creature comes in, and he's like, you're not done, and then gets picked up, and he gets taken away, and he's on like a kind of zoological study ship, and he's in space, and like they make a reference to the Imperium event. Where it's like, we can't take you home because like we'd have to go through this. There's a big conflict in space right now. we're not directly related to what's going on in this story because like we don't meet this guy in your books,
right?
But you know, Pete's working on like a science vessel with this like big ass alien who's doing like what he claims to be like scientific experiments on like flora and fauna.
Does he have a robot that asks to punch him?
He does not have a punch bot. This is not Batman Off-World again, because there was only one friendly, sexy Tamaranian in that book, whereas everyone else is a jerk. This is like a friendly, like bigger brother kind of character for Spider-Man, big alien guy. And he has like a kind of phalanx offshoot suit that he wears. And eventually Pete discovers that this guy is not on the up and up, and he has like kidnapped sentient life, and he's experimenting on it. And Pete's like, oh, that's that. I got to fight you now. So he steals the suit, and so then he gets a cool like alien costume in the form of like a phalanx offshoot character
that's alive.
And it's like a technivore, and I'm like, this is great. Like this, yes.
Oh, it's really alive.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's a sense. It's it's
right.
It's like friggin' yeah. And Pepe Larraz's like, well, I know all about drawing warlocks and phalanxes, so
yes,
I know how to draw.
Yes,
this.
you do,
and it looks great.
Awesome.
But Pete in that suit, I'm like, this is great. Yeah. So anyway, Rocket was one of the people that was kidnapped and taken. So like,
Rocket.
That's where Rocket was.
Okay.
So Pete and Rocket are going to team up in this space book. But the implication here is that like Pete is like trying. He's kind of like in self-exile, like in Batman Off-World, where he's like, I need to be better. Like, I'm not ready, I guess, to be Spider-Man. It's like, please, Spider-Man would never think that, but all right. But like for the purpose of the story, like it's cool, it's fun. I love the idea of like Spider-Man being like, you know what, I never really trained in space. Every time I'm in space, usually against my will.
Maybe the suit will go on to Paul, and then
Paul could be a phalanx or something.
Or take it. We'll just put him into the thing.
Paul got dumped I saw in the Mary Jane book.
Like for real, it actually happened.
It really did happen.
Wow.
I read some of the Venom book. It's not worth talking about, but like,
no.
But yeah, actually and then Ewing is like, oh yeah, and also, and then like has like a mindscape conversation with Venom and Mary Jane where she's like, you scared me, like you frightened me, and you're like a monster, and like I don't like you, and like Eddie was crazy and you stayed with him. Like you are not like on the up and up. Like,
you're damaged goods.
You are damaged, and like, and the suit is like, you know what Peter did to me when he found out I was alive? He threw me away, tried to kill me. I'm alive. You know, it's weird. I'm like, this is a weird book. This is a weird stealth Mary Jane book that nobody wants to read.
But this Amazing Spider-Man book.
But this Amazing Spider-Man book is great. This issue in particular, like even the Chasm versus Norman stuff is really, really fun. It's like, I was like, yeah. Also, like we're kind of on the road to redemption for Ben, you know, getting Ben Reilly, like some good play. There's a cute moment where like Felicia meets up with Ben, and then Janine shows up, and she's like, "We gotta go," and I'm like, "Bye, thanks for being here."
So is Norman any good at web swinging?
No, we haven't seen him. We haven't really seen him web swing, which is kind of fun.
Because like obviously he's goblin glided.
Yeah,
is that the past tense of that?
Sure.
But I'm just trying to imagine it being like, okay, here we go.
Here we go. I would love to see that, honestly. I would like to see Norman kind of like try to do. No, you know what? Forget it. I'm a goblin. Like I'll spider goblin it up. Spider-Man used a goblin glider at one point.
Yeah, I'll just use that. I'll just get that. It's fine. It's fine. Or I'll call an Uber.
Right. Well, I think like it'd be funny if like he like adapted the goblin glider technology into like his like appendages, so he just flies.
Yeah.
Instead of just like, I look like I'm web slinging, but I'm really not.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was a really fun read. The Remedied art was not nearly as distracting as that Spider-Man 94 art, so it's worth picking up. But it's a really fun book. The Larraz art, so good.
Oh, of course.
It's really cool to see like, this is an idea. This is a new idea.
Look at this idea.
Look at Spider-Man in space.
It's an idea.
Like, with a motivating factor. It's not Pete being like, I need to get home. It's him being like, I can't go home till I'm better.
Right.
It's like, of course, he'll learn that like the truth is inside of him, and
you
know, the power of the heart of the cards. But it's great. It's good stuff. I recommend it.
Excellent.
This is what this book does.
Yeah. How many more do you got?
I guess one.
Okay. So I've got two more before that.
Okay, great.
So really quickly, let's talk about Imperial War while we're in that quadrant.
Yeah.
This is written by
the Exiles one.
Yes, this is Imperial War Exiles, written by Steve Fox and Jonathan Hickman, with art by Francesco Mana and David Tinto. This answers the question: what happened to Xandra and Deathbird?
Yes.
I always want to call her Warbird.
I know, but she's not. Carol's Warbird.
So badly.
Yeah.
So badly. And then I'm like, no, you're Deathbird, because that definitely is a better fitting name.
It is, yes. Also, I have your trading card. You were Deathbird.
Definitely Deathbird. And it's just like, what happened to them, and how did they get away, and how will Xavier and Lilandra fit into all of this? And essentially, it's like they end up back on planet side and in like an area of her empire.
Yes.
Where it's just the common man is there, and Electron is like, yeah, I'm gonna wreck you because I am supposed to. Like, I'm the bastard son of such and such and blah blah blah.
Sure.
It all matters, I'm sure. But for the purposes of the show, that's what's gonna happen. Xavier, of course, freezes everybody, except that the Guardians have like somewhat defenses against this. One of them is not affected by it, and so Lilandra like kicks ass and takes names.
Nice.
Which is actually cool to see.
Yeah, it is.
And he's just like holding them back as much as possible, and they're gonna take Xandra with them, but like Deathbird and Lilandra have like a
sisterly moment
for them.
Sure. yeah.
Their version of a sisterly moment. Mm-hmm. But it's like, it's very sad, and this book, Fox has a good idea of like calling into question something that if you weren't thinking about it, you weren't thinking about it, right? It also is so bizarrely paced that like by the end, that's when you understand what you were looking at. Because I'm like, how did we get here? And it's like, because we're doing a let's go back without telling you that. Later on, they do a now then type thing, and I'm like, okay, makes more sense.
That's what you're doing.
But inevitably, like Deathbird's like, okay, well, we've wasted too much time now, and like the Guardians are gonna like be able to push past Xavier's abilities. So like, I will buy you time.
Yeah.
So you guys just get out of here. Yeah. And like Xandra's not okay with this, and they're concerned because they're like, if they don't see Xandra here, it's gonna be a problem. So Xavier makes it so that everybody thinks this other guy looks like her, and so like that works out in the end because they end up taking them away, or like she makes a run for it. They end up finding her. And, then they find like the person who was meant to be Xandra. And like, it says like all traitors must die in his blood on the window. And I'm like, that is Deathbird to a T, because Deathbird is like, it's hunting season. Basically. she's good to go. Meanwhile, Lilandra, also they're like, meet the Shi'ar Death Commandos, people I don't know.
No.
Like Titanfall, Farstar, Black Cloak, Pale Sun, Supercluster, and Warp
they sound just like
Rider. And they look like
characters from like the late
90s.
70s, early 90s.
Yeah, 100%.
Like between the 70s and the 90s.
You tell me.
Oh my god. They look great. I love them.
They look great.
I can't wait to learn about all of them. Do they have a book? Do they have a book in the dollar bin?
They
does it have a hologram?
So like Xavier tries to come talk to Xandra, and she's like, listen. He's like, hey, you want to talk? And she's like, listen.
You will never have a relationship with any of your children.
I just lost the person. Like, you basically like abandoned me to go like take care of your little island. Like,
it's like you were invited,
right? And like my mom was dead, so like Deathbird kind of raised me, and so like I'm kind of dealing with that right now. And he's like, fair,
okay.
Like he's very cool about it.
Yeah, you love me now.
No, he doesn't do that, because like when he specifically, Fox makes sure he goes like, what's on your mind? And she's like, isn't that kind of weird for two telepaths? He's like, I'm not gonna, that's not how this works.
That's not how it works.
Like you're gonna tell me how you're feeling. I'm not gonna go in there.
Yeah. I used to be a good guy. Do you remember?
He's like, and that's, I think where we're trying to go back to here a little bit, which like, I think helps when you put Lilandra in the mix, because it makes you think of a time when Xavier was the good guy.
Yeah.
But essentially they're going to work together to like, first of all, hide and also try to like maybe get back the Empire. But the fact is, it's like, Electron wanted to kill Xandra in public because that went like it would
cement like
his power.
Risen. Yes, exactly.
And like Lilandra's like, we can't go back like this, because the fact is our people don't deserve a bloody war. Like, we're not going to do a civil war, and that's what would happen.
Yeah.
So like we have to come up with a better way. And like there are people out there, like, we've reached out to them like telepathically who want to join, right?
Okay.
And so we see the people who want to join, and it's like Rocket and freaking what Corsair. I'm like, what's his name?
Cyclops' dad.
Yeah. And like what looks like, I'm guessing like Guardians, like what's his name? Gladiator's like son, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
And I haven't.
Oh my god. It's Danger Room or whatever.
Is it her? Yeah. Oh my god, I haven't seen her since. That's what okay. I haven't seen her since Krakoa.
Yeah.
But we're calling it my like exile. So Lilandra's like, to me, my exiles. Whoa! And so to be continued Exiles #1. This is great. This is a pitch. This is a pitch for Exiles #1.
That's what the series is.
Yeah. So if you want to watch a bunch of like space hopping, like
X-Men related characters,
kind of Rocket, I don't know.
And Rocket, maybe, I guess.
And Rocket's involved as well. Like just going all over space. Then this is the book that's going to intro you into where the exiles are coming from right now. So if you missed out on this, you may want to go grab it if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's going to be like Exiles with like Blink.
No, you're not gonna get Blink and Morph and everybody. Spider-Man.
But like, I am gonna guess that like if you did like that cool team of the Super Death or Shi'ar Death Commandos, that's probably where you're gonna see them.
I mean, who wouldn't?
So it looks like Sal's gonna need to read the Exiles coming out.
That sounds fun.
The other book I read this week was Moon Knight: Fist of Khonshu. Of course I did. Number 12. This is part 1 of a new arc or new story called The Haunting of the Wrecker.
Are you here to wreck me?
In which we see Moon Knight going back to his therapist, to his therapy. We saw her in the last arc, but he wasn't like talking to her yet. But they like she was being played by the police, by Detective Frazier, but you know, it all worked out in the end anyway. But that like essentially like he's like, all right, so like I have to like help somebody, but I don't want to. I owe them a problem, blah blah blah, or I owe them a favor, and it's the Wrecker. And like essentially the Wrecker is like, you owe me because I helped to get your like bird god daddy out of jail.
Oh.
And Moon Knight's like, I'm 99% sure my people paid you very well for this.
We're square.
Like we're good.
Yeah.
And he's like, nuh-uh.
No, but I'm still in the book.
I'm the Wrecker, and I think everybody owes me.
Yeah.
And so like Moon Knight feels beholden to this. And so essentially what has happened is the Wrecker is being haunted by ghosts. And no one else can see them. And so he figures maybe Moon Knight can. So Moon Knight goes with him to an island where no one will get hurt. And he puts on his ghost fighting outfit, which I think I've seen before.
Ghost fighting outfit?
Oh, yeah. And it's dope. And honestly, where is this Marvel Rival skin?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. All right. No, I think I recognize
And so, like, you know, he tries to fight them. It does not work. He inevitably uses the Wrecker's crowbar, which does hurt them.
It's an enchanted crowbar.
Uh-huh. And that's when Scarlet Scarab shows up. And like questions, it's like, didn't you wonder who these ghosts were? They're like all of his victims, blah. Okay, cool, right?
All right.
I love McKay's Moon Knight. This is not me going like, I don't like this issue. I do like this issue. There's ghosts. Yay. I'm here for it.
Who doesn't love ghosts?
Here is the slippery slope for me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the character of Scarlet Scarab.
No.
My issue is it is that thing that we were talking, and then this is the slippery slope where the shows and movies will influence the comics. And it's like fine here and there, but I'm always worried about that floodgate opening, and then we lose.
Well, thankfully, I don't think we're ever going to get a Moon Knight sequel. Like, I don't think we're going to get a season 2 of that show.
No. I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, so now this is like...
Here's a character that...
And, like, I believe she was...
They already reestablished... They reestablished her in the comics.
Yes, absolutely.
So I can imagine Jed McKay being like, no, here's my... Like, here's what I'm going to do with this character to make it so you don't even remember that she was introduced in the
and
show.
It's like, when they did or like, when they did, like, her, like, here she is in the comics, fine. But now that it's like, no, now she's in the Moon Knight book. Yeah. That for me is when it's like this is truly that influence. Like here, and I'm not saying it's
people hate so much.
And like, yes, it is that synergy, and like that's where I'm like, it's the slippery slope. And I'm not saying she's a bad character. Like I said, I'm not saying that she shouldn't be in this book.
It's a bad
but like
song.
Every time I see that, I'm like, eek,
oh no,
eek,
is he gonna get like
pump
wrapping armor? Is his suit gonna come on magically now? Is one of his voices gonna be British, kinda?
Right, like just pump the brakes a little bit on this.
Yeah. But it is McKay, so it's like he's earned some goodwill.
But again, like Ghost, all of it, you know, it looks great. Did I say who the artist was on this? I don't think I did.
No.
I don't think I did at all. I think I just was like, we all know it's Jed McKay.
Yeah, we all know.
It's Jed McKay, guys. Gosh, what are you doing over here? It's Jed McKay and Domenico Carbone. Looks great. Looks really good.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's just nice because it's like it's giving Moon Knight an opportunity to kind of just get back to like,
let's do some Moon Knight stories. Let's do some season 1 stuff.
I mean, again, the end of the last arc teased something
that you really want to see.
That I'm like
this.
I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm glad I trust McKay. McKay's got to like, he's got to let Moon Knight get back into a rhythm before he shakes it back up again. So I'm like, that's fine.
Before we bring Bushman or something.
Good stuff.
Fair enough. And finally, our book of the hour, so to speak, is the return of Batman. Batman #1 from Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez. Nice as Jorge Jimenez to get a new writer on the book. This is the debut of Matt Fraction on Batman. Debut of the new Batman suit. New Batman logo, which you'll see again in the Batman Deadpool crossover.
Right.
Along with this suit.
Hold on. Don't say anything just yet.
Yeah.
Based on 2 factors of this book, And things I know about Sal. Here are some things I know about Sal. I know who his favorite Robin is, and I know what suit he really, really likes. So I'm gonna guess that you really were like primed to enjoy this.
I was. I mean, I don't know. I was skeptical, but I was like looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I was like, this looks pretty. This looks fun.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I don't dislike Matt Fraction.
Okay.
Or his work, rather.
Yeah.
Because I don't know him. Although he did do a favor for me once, so I do appreciate it, and I do like Matt Fraction as a person. But I don't know. I didn't know what to think of his Batman. And so I had no preconceived ideas outside of being like,
but while you were reading it,
they threw this book, they threw this outfit at me already. Like I was 10 streets ahead when it came to what this suit looked like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I enjoyed it.
Okay.
So to first of all, he calls for Robin and it's Tim. Yay.
Yeah. I like as soon as that happened, I was like, well, obviously Sal enjoyed this issue.
And he put Tim in like a 2000s era suit.
Yeah.
Which, all right.
I'm sorry, it's not the one you wanted.
We got it. We did it. Zdarsky put him in the 90s suit. It's the best one, which is why they try to retcon that everybody wore it.
Yeah.
But like the red one, I know a lot of people are excited about it. I'm fine with it. Looks great by Jorge Jimenez. And I get it. And you know what? Fine. Looks great. Looks good. He's only in it like a page.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess there are some things you didn't like about this.
No, not really. No, I mean,
I assumed the unmasking bugged you.
Nah.
Really?
Nah.
Okay.
Batman's got, my issues are not about anything that happens in this issue. Killer Croc escapes. Batman goes to stop him. Turns out Killer Croc has regressed into a child. Batman learns that you don't punch all your problems. The end. That's the issue. Nothing else happens.
Batman looks at Killer Croc and goes,
"Oh
no, I can't put you in a Robin suit.
Yeah, you will not fit.
No,
yet.
No."
But I mean, like, there's a lot of like questions I have. I mean, for one thing, there's a huge Arkham Asylum video game influence on this comic book. Like everything he does is like has a little thing that says what it is, and all those power gauntlets, detective mode, every little thing, every little like lettering decision is like influenced, I think, from the video game, which I think is an interesting choice if it is in fact derived from the video game, because I think that video games outsell comic books like what, 1,000,000 to 1. A lot of people's first introductions to Batman is probably that effing video game or subsequent sequels thereof.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I would say most people's introduction to Batman is via like backpacks and ice cream.
Right. Is being a carbon-based life form, but like by and large, your most like exposure to Batman is that video game, because like you played like 100 hours of the game as opposed to like watching a cartoon show or a movie or whatever.
I do feel like in this you get I think we're trying to set a tone, which is interesting because it was like his Batman had a lot of tones.
Yes.
Which I wasn't too sure about right at the start. Like he's pretty like gruff, but then he's not.
Yeah.
But we are like, Jim is a cop, right?
Jim's back, but like
he's on the beat.
He's on the beat because he can't be commissioner because Vandal Savage is still commissioner.
Right. But like we get to see like GCPD Jim.
Yes,
great. It's great to see him back out there, right?
It's sad to see him as a beat cop at like whatever age.
I don't think so. I think there's something about it that he likes, like that he loves like, weirdly he missed.
Oh no, he's back. He's like thrilled, which is nice to see. It'll be fun to.
He's got the coffee. He's doing all of it. Like he's just like this is. It's like 1,000 degrees out, and he's drinking hot coffee.
That's so Jim. Yeah, nailed it. No, absolutely. That's great. Every decision, every creative decision, like the status quo for Croc. I love it. Like this is great. It's too bad that there's a Croc book now and a Croc book happening right now in Absolute as well. They're both, friends of Batman, but also, so's Earth One, Croc. Like they're like they were like, you know what, we've done all the Croc as a bad guy stories, and we're never going to touch that baby doll stuff again because that's really problematic. So let's just make him a good guy, or they're really sympathetic. We establish a new sexy person for Batman to be attracted to, and
you think so?
Why not? I mean, like, because for whatever reason, like the movies were obsessed with it, but the comic books were never. And it's like interesting to see, like, occasionally comic books go like, yeah, Batman gets down. Here's somebody, it can't always be Catwoman or Silver St. Cloud. It's never Silver St. Cloud, but like, whatever. I don't know. It's just like, she's very distinct. I was like, this is a very distinct looking character we've introduced for this book. She has to play some role. Hopefully not Harley Quinn.
Sometimes the distinctness comes from just the artist.
It's true. And I will say that Jimenez's art style is he's doing another thing. Like each era that Jorge Jimenez has had, and he's had 3 different eras in Batman with 3 different writers. This feels the most deliberately different from the previous, where it's like, I'm doing something else. It's still his style. It's still going to sell books, but it also is very unique to this era. It just felt a little thin.
I think because it's trying to do a lot in terms of like just setting some guidelines for those of us, like a little like sampler
absolutely.
of maybe what's to come. Maybe not what's to come, but like the type of writing and voices you're going to see in this. Again, we got to get the gym. Like the gym sequence is just to like,
this is what our status quo is.
Yeah, we want to set up that status quo. So I think that's really what we're seeing here. And like leaving you that hook. I really appreciate the fact this felt more grounded for Batman, and that doesn't mean it's going to stay there.
No,
but just like
it was nice to see.
Yeah, like the thing he's dealing with is like
a terrestrial problem.
Yeah, Killer Croc's on the run, and like, oh no, like the cops are like gonna maybe arrest. You know what I mean? Like, there's all these elements that are very Gotham.
Right. We also have the elephant or Alfred in the room. It's not a hologram, according to Matt Fraction. It's his head. Like,
that's how much he misses him.
He just misses him so much. He's created a personality of Alfred in his head. I have an idea.
But will that personality pick up an elephant gun and shoot the Predator?
Probably not. But it might put on a Batman suit and take over his mind, because we literally just did a Batman arc where Batman had another personality, and that personality took over his mind. Like,
it maybe
I'm not
isn't
saying that Alfred's gonna take over.
No,
but it's just like I'm like, enough. The Batman.
It's actually
nuts.
I don't know if it's that he's nuts. I think it's an opportunity for Matt Fraction to give Batman a little more dialogue.
It would be important, and it's helpful,
because it's like normally he could have talked to Alfred via comms, but now he's like,
or any of his 19 Bat Robins. Just bring him back. Like, if you need Alfred to be in these scenes, because we did 2 other arcs, 2 other creative teams did stories where Batman let go of Alfred, including another Nightwing run where we did the same thing. Like, we've done this to death, and it's okay to just go, you know what, this is comic books. Alfred's back. Lazarus Pit, time travel. Who gives a crap? No one cares. No one is asking questions here. I've seen some dissenters in the comments, and they're going to be there. They're called outliers. Congratulations. But they're the people who are like, I love the fact that Alfred's dead, and then it's just like, I appreciate that. I'm saying, if you're going to make Alfred a ghost, you might as well just bring him back, because like, the ghost is silly, and Alfred just being back is like what they should have done, because Dan DiDio just wanted him to die to make the book more make the book more rare. Congratulations, you're a victim of like marketing. For that, I'm like, just bring back Alfred. I really appreciate, and I've seen 2 books that did it, where the writer understands that Alfred calls Batman Master Bruce. In the English parlance, Master is a prefix. It's a predecessor to Mr. Like, it's what you call a young person. That's why Alfred calls him that. Master Bruce is what Alfred called Bruce when he was a boy. He never grew up in Alfred's eyes, so he calls him Master Bruce. Master Wayne doesn't make any effing sense. That's why it's like, just get rid of that. Like, just, it's nice to see when they write that. I really appreciate it. And it's just a nice little term of endearment. Even if it was the contrary, the fact that he calls him that is a term of endearment. It's just a really nice little character moment that I like.
Absolutely.
Even if this character is a hallucination for
Batman. Well, that's cute, because that means that's what Batman remembers
him saying. Yeah, exactly. So like, but it looks great. It's well written. It has a fun status quo that is, sure, it's similar to what has happened, but I'm also very open to it, because I'm like, it's better than multiversal clone hand Batman. I'll take this. I think it was well written. I think it was really well drawn. There was like a quality to it that felt like more weirdly, and I always reference Legends of the Dark Knight, but there is something about it that feels like Dark Patterns, where it's like, that's what I've been missing.
It's just a little like, I don't know. It just hits different. It's just like and we have no idea. We have one issue, so we have no idea where the story's going. But this issue felt much more Gotham Central.
That's something that I would very much appreciate. I mean, look,
centric, not Gotham Central, but it could be.
Pick that up, Central. By the way. I think they're making a mini comic of it, so you can grab that as well. I love the idea of like making it about Gotham. I know that's like a joke, but like,
listen, they're all like Gotham centric, but some of them are more about the comings and goings of Gotham versus like the Gotham as the backdrop, or like Batman's like love.
We're gonna make Gotham into a it's covered in clowns. Like, just how about like we just see these characters interact and live in this city and do cool shit? That would be nice. And it seems like that's where we're going. I understand if there was any concern or criticism where it's like it felt a little thin. Like, it's like, I'm shocked. Like, we didn't get a Court of Owls moment. You know, like, it's not fair,
but like,
to compare it.
But
I will say one of the masterclasses of the first issue of the New 52 Batman is that it feels, even though it was a New 52 run, feels like classic Batman. Does this little like reintroduction to the villains, introduces you to the Bat family, like it does all stuff, and then boom, hits you with this intersection in the road where you think you know where you're going, and then wham, and that wham feels earned and exciting and new and fresh, and you're like, whoa. And I think DC's been chasing that high since 2011.
Right, but maybe it's better like that Fraction's not doing that.
Yes,
because he's not trying to force it if it's not there right now.
Well, that's true. It's just like, but I'm shocked he didn't have one. Like, it's just like, I mean, you just
not everybody has one.
They should. Well, the people who write these books should have a friggin' surprise, or at the very least a twist.
Maybe he's just going to tell a good story.
I damn well hope so. And and this was a good one. I will say this is a good story, and I really enjoyed it. You pointed out a very interesting observation about this cover, I think.
Did I?
This is a Spider-Man cover.
Oh yeah, I don't.
And
think
it
I
really
said
is. No, it's an homage to a Spider-Man cover. Like, Spider-Man has the exact same pose.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'll take it.
Right.
Not only just because I'm a Spider Booster, but also because, you know, the tone, you know, like it's fun and it's indulgent, like a Spider-Man book should feel. It's cool. You know, I think it was a really good showing. The internet is like, it's peak. This is the greatest Batman book I've ever read, and I'm like, I understand why the hype is there. I wouldn't, you know,
but that's what's
dial to 11.
That's what's so funny, and that's why I'm like, maybe it's for the best that Fraction just wrote what he knew,
a good Spider-Man,
a good Batman story, because it's like he's not worried about the shock value. He's just trying to pull you into the world again, trying to bring up Batman that maybe he remembers or that he wants to share with you. And I'm sure there will be big moments in it, but he's like, why would I do that now? Right. We got to build to that.
Yeah. And like
I have Batman, like, you know, as long as he's like fighting crime and doing Batman things, you're going to read it until I'm ready to show you the big reveal.
And as long as the book doesn't dip below a certain number, like, I'll be on the book for as long as I want to be on it.
Right.
So yeah, I have all the time in the world. I'm excited for it. I think it's very nice. I think it's a nice book.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciated like that Fraction in this first issue is like speaking to my sensibilities, where it's like Batman needs to have two men in his life. Alfred and Jim Gordon, like those are like two like prime forces in his life, which is so funny to me because Batman is often the person that everyone looks to like when he's on teams to like lead and be there, and then when you put him in a position
Gotham, he's like, who will help me?
Like, who will, like, you know, guide me?
Yeah.
Like, I always know what's going on. I know how to handle things and all that, but like there's these two people.
Yeah, but it is odd. We have a book that highlights the fact that there are two things they refuse to do: make Jim commissioner and bring Alfred back. Right. And they're both in the book doing the role they should be doing if they were in their respective roles. It's like, look, this is just a plea to DC. Don't marvel this. People want it. Just give them to us. Like, Vandal Savage being commissioner is like perfect because he's a villain. He'll be defeated. He's clearly like a bad guy. Like, he's clearly not supposed to do this. We're setting up the fact that like Wayne Manor is not in his employ. He's got the little dinosaur toy.
Some trophy.
And I'm like, yeah, that's right. Good call. But he did keep it. And I'm like, yes, because like when he like, but he will get these things. Like, he will get, like, Jim will ascend. Batman will get his house back. Alfred will come back because those highs are worth it. They're worth delivering and they're worth experiencing. And it's okay to give people the thing at least once in a while, and not to waste 5 years doing it. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Excellent.
Super chats.
So yeah, book of the week or super chats?
Yeah, let's do book of the week.
All right.
Since that's when we should do it.
Yes.
What's your book of the week?
What's yours?
You know, I mean, like, it's a tie, I think, for me between Spider-Man and Batman.
What a surprise.
Well, but they were both successful, and I've been highly critical of both series. But like, Batman was a very successful book. What do you think of this logo, by the way? I don't think they've ever figured out is it a shame that the definitive Batman title logo is the one where it's his head on the top and it's like the wings and it says Batman?
That is not a definitive logo for me. But you know what it is? Because I don't ever think of Batman's title as the logo.
Neither do they, because they can't get it right.
The crest is his logo.
It should. You know what? That's a really brilliant suggestion. Because at the end of the day, what was the marketing for Batman 89?
I don't know.
It was the logo.
Okay.
The poster was just the logo. Don't put Batman in words on the title anymore. Just
logo.
Just logo. And you get it. Because they can't letter this thing. Not this, no disparagement. It's a Sisyphusian endeavor. I don't know what to do. The impetus or the impulse seems to be to make the lettering go, whoa! Like since New 52, it's been like it's just B-A-T. It's like it's speaking crazy talk in internet leet speak. Like I don't know what it is about. Like they're messing with the lettering.
They're just making it fit to the bat.
But like so.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just
okay.
But yeah. But it was good, and this was great. Like Spider-Man was great, especially the Laraz stuff. But like, yeah, this is what we wanted.
Yeah, for sure. I think at the end of the day, I'm gonna probably give it to Batman. I really had a good time with it, and seemed like I have such blinders on to Jim Gordon where it's like I ignore all of
Jim. Yay.
I like ignore all of any bad that's ever happened with him or weirdness with this character, and I only focus on the highlights. I have straight up blinders when it comes on to Jim Gordon.
That's fair.
Like I love Jim. Like I just do. Like talk about peak. Jim is peak for me. Like he's just a great grizzled cop character. And again, blinders, total blinders.
Yeah.
I love how I'm giving it to Batman because I saw Jim Gordon.
Because Jim Gordon was in it, and he looks like he's going to have a role to play as opposed to normally. I love it.
Oh man,
that's fair. Jumping into super chats. Do I have an ability to do that?
I have them here.
Great. All right.
But you're gonna want to show them.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay.
Here's the first one.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, why not?
I lied. I don't have that one.
Okay.
I don't have that one. That must have come in before I got here.
Big Busta says, did y'all ever find out what Bendis told Matt Fraction his impersonation for Batman was in the Batman Universe comic? No. But if Matt Fraction wants to tell me, or Bendis wants to tell me, that'd be great. I will tell you that I did ask Bendis again when I saw him at Baltimore Comic-Con maybe 2 years ago, and he did not answer my question. He also did not answer my other question, which is there was a New Avengers story where Spider-Man says that he's a human punching bag, and Green Day wrote a song about it. And I was like, what song was that? And he didn't know.
What? So I lied. I did have it that put it afterwards.
Oh, great.
But I've got this one now.
Okay, well, here you go.
Kettler will defend for treat says, can't watch live, but I hope you cover the Spider-Man 94. The art was so bad that I didn't even read it. I wish they stayed on model like Batman Adventures.
I also wish that, but I think yes, Batman Adventures was on model. It was a gorgeous book. Chocobo Kid. Rivals new character trailer came out a few days ago. Your thoughts, Tiffany? Well, you did see that trailer.
I did. Oh man. A genuine shock for me. Like we all knew Daredevil was coming. So like 50% of that, I was like, obviously. The other 50%, I was like, you remembered that Angela was a part of Marvel?
Well, why the hell not,
and
right?
Also,
that's a great idea.
Also, we also learned from the Emma Frost of it all that like big muscle mommy equals people be into it. And trust me, her moves are like, yes, nothing's gonna quite beat, in my opinion, the Emma Frost, like, grab you by the throat, like throw her on the ground, like step on me, mommy, like move. But this is, she uses her ribbons, she wraps you up and then like hangs you off of a thing so that you're tethered to it.
Yeah.
To like prevent people from like going places. I'm like, yeah, okay. The amount of like sky-based activity for someone who hates flyers for like playing them, I'm not very good at them. It really puts me at a disadvantage for sure. But like, good on them for being like, Angela, anyone?
Yeah, love it.
And of course, we're playing with the Angel and Devil like iconography, so it works.
Yeah.
It's weird, and obviously Matt has 1,000 costumes.
Yes,
Angela's going to be a little harder. Maybe we'll get a 1602, and if they do that, you might as well just give a 1602 everybody. Hi, Marvel Rivals. Just do it.
Yeah, please.
Just give us those
you
costumes.
Own it, do it.
But like Matt has like 1,000 costumes he can get.
Yeah, definitely. And they'll make up a few too.
Yeah.
Hrishi Venkatesh says, I don't know if you guys read it, but Chip's White House robot romance over at Distillery is peak. Easily my book of the week. Parts genuinely made me emotional. I saw the title and I didn't even know that he wrote it. So that sounds exciting. I will give that a look-see.
Excellent.
I'll also tell you that the next issue of Trinity is wonderful. Check that out if you haven't already.
Nice. Lex of Power, thank you so much for your super chat. Says, I love Batman #1 by Fraction. It's refreshing to see a lighter Batman that isn't overwhelmingly campy. I've seen enough gritty Batman, even though I loved Zdarsky's run. Croc with plushie, the plush dinosaur was super cute.
I agree. Yeah. I think people are looking for like light. They're looking for something fun and light from this.
Yes.
Quiet Night. Hi, Sound Tiff. Just wanted to say I've gotten back into comics in 2024 and been loving getting back into DC and the Marvel comics for the first time. You guys, Ben and Ethan, have made it incredible. Much love. Thank you.
Thank you for your super chat. Much.
Glad to hear
appreciate
it. Great. Welcome to the fold.
Our serial. Thank you. Says, with Batman being my favorite superhero, I found the first issue interesting and fun. Love the Croc stuff. Very reminiscent of the animated series.
That's fair. Yeah. Early animated series. The darker, off-model stuff they did later. Yeah. This is fun. Matt Fisher, is Sinestro the character equivalent of Dr. Doom? I don't think so. If you're looking for a bigger hater in the DC universe, you can look no further than Eobard Thawne. That said, I think it's Lex Luthor.
It's hard to tell. Like, they're so, like, all three of those characters are very singular.
It's true.
Individuals. Yes. Very singular. Emerald Jade says, what is the studio you're in?
Well, this is the ComicPop studio where we make the magic happen. We got our back issue set over there, or off the rack set here. I also shoot podcasts and stuff from this location, just a little closer up. But we have lots more room and space. I even added a printer/scanner that we have added to this.
Wow.
I know. Wow. And a storage unit or storage room over there. Used to be a podcast room. Every room has been something else.
Yes.
And a library that would make you cry.
Yeah.
Because of how impressive it is.
It's very lovely.
Yes. Thank you. Leon says, picking up Marvel Rivals for Angela, having fun and hope to see Tiffany. This one there.
Yeah, not the other Tiffany, not the Spawn Tiffany.
Although, I guess they don't own that.
No, they don't.
So they can only.
No, they don't.
Oh, well.
Drew Pittman says, finally got around to reading Beneath the Trees. And my goodness, the combination of Dexter and the world of Richard Scarry was not something I thought I needed. But
I'm glad you like it, man. Yes, it is very much that combination specifically. But I'm glad you enjoy it. That's fantastic. And the sequel is just as good. So check that out when you can. Hrishi Venkatesh, did you see they released DCKO bracket? I'm all in on Connor Hawk winning with his win DCKO trick arrow, trusting Josh and Scott to have my back. I think you might be right. I don't know anything about the bracket outside of the fact that they did have one. And
I didn't see the bracket.
Oh, yeah. They showed like who's going to fight who and everything like that.
Is there anyone I would normally be
No, it's just, you're not going to enjoy it.
Drew Pittman says the Spider-Man 94 looked to me like the combo of the cartoon and Nicholas Hammond.
Interesting. I like that combo, though. I just actually I was pushed to the intro to the Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man show. And man, like when I was a kid and I was told that I'll never get a Spider-Man movie, I ate that up. I mean, like you get to see Spider-Man in a suit scaling a building, and you got like a guy who looks like J. Jonah Jameson, and then Glory Grant and no one else from the entire pantheon. I was like, but for a moment I was rewatching it and I'm like, man, they did a live action Spider-Man show. Like, what a great idea. And then what a weird execution. Yeah. Where are we here?
Right here.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Soul Nightmare says, loved Batman 1. I felt bad for Bruce at the start. He seems to have I'll try to help them, then they try to stab, shoot, or eat me mentality. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, for sure. Red Havoc saying, howdy Tolk, Sal, love you guys. Just grab Batman 1 and excited to read it later.
You will enjoy it, I think. I hope so.
Yes.
Thanks for reminding me.
By the way, Tolk is is my nickname sometimes when we play Marvel Rivals.
Oh, yeah?
Because like a couple of times I played Hulk and I did very well. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah.
Nice.
But I'm not usually a great Hulk player, but I appreciate that carrying over.
I love that. Thorn Identity, thank you very much
for
your super chat. Wish I had a comic book publishing company so Sal could be the EIC. Honestly, she'd be a better editor than me. But I would be happy to be a consultant for a modest fee.
You're very sweet.
Thank you. And so are you, sir.
You're very sweet.
Matt Fisher helping us out here, and you're going to read that because I read the last one.
Okay, but this is definitely like not for me to read.
Oh, hello, my name's Mr. Burns. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was thinking of a different Simpsons quote. Hello, my name is Mr. Burns. I believe you have a letter for me. Okay, Mr. Burns. What's your first name? I don't know. The Simpsons gave me many moments of I've never heard humor like that before in my life. It's amazing stuff.
Hulkzilla says, will we get Ripley on back issues covering Marvel Me Out? That's such a great funny idea for a video. Me trying to do that.
Trying to get Ripley to sit for more than a few seconds.
Yeah.
The problem is she will for a while. If we could shoot the video vertically.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I don't mean TikTok vertically. I mean, like, shoot it from the ceiling.
Yep.
You could probably get Ripley in there for a couple hours. But, like, I don't think you could keep her for the show unless you get a whole episode of her just being just getting annoyed at you.
I know. That'd be fun.
But that'd be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun? Just her getting annoyed at me.
I know.
And I'll read this one since you read 2 back to back. Arduit says, ComicPop woo or C-pop woo. Hype for spooky season books. Tinian?
Great question. Great question. That's a question.
That's a question. That was a question that literally came up today. I was like, it's time to pick it.
Yeah, and you were like, uh-oh, what am I going to pick? I don't know if I even have anything. And I'm like, you have a literal library full of them. You have 25 books.
Put your suggestions in the comments below.
Yes. What should Tiffany's flagship Halloween episode of Back Issues be?
Spooky
Let us know in the comments down below or in the chat right now.
Spooky fingers.
It's
like spirit fingers, but they're spooky.
When I hear She-Ar, my brain sees a female pirate.
She-Ar.
Well parried, my rapier-witted friend.
And Khan says, is it too early to ask if you guys are going to be at New York Comic Con?
It is not. It is actually the right time to ask. And
now is the time.
The answer to that question is yes. Tiffany and I will be at New York Comic Con, and Ethan might be there on Sunday. All the other tickets are sold out, but Tiffany and I do have special passes that allow us to be there every day. I'll probably be there Thursday. She'll be there.
I will not be there Thursday.
She will not be there Thursday. I know this already. I was just keying you up to say you'll be there Friday, Saturday.
I hopefully will be there Friday. Yeah, I have to get permission.
Exactly. But certainly Saturday, Tiffany will be there, but I'll be there probably all 4 days. We'll see. But I will almost certainly be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we're going to try to set up like a meetup each day because I feel bad that like we always pick a day. We don't do because you know what the reality is, like all we need to do is just meet you at like a booth and then say hello and then you're done. And you can go back to this to the show. So we'll try to do a thing every day. But we'll let you know on this show and in the community tab on this channel. So check that out if you haven't already, because that thing is a font of information. There'll be plenty of information for you all the time. Or if you want to get up to the second updates, join our Discord server, which is there's a link for it or an invitation in the description below every video we make, especially this one. So check that out. And join us over on Discord. Keep the conversation going, but make sure to be respectful and cool of your fellow comrades. I guess that's it.
We got to do our books.
Oh, yes. Recommendations. But first.
Excuse me. What gives, man? Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, I read the last one. Cap Lives. Batman #1 gave me the Batman 2004 cartoon vibes.
Yes. A show I did not give any flowers to as a kid. And then I realized was really good.
I read the last one.
You did.
But I'm happy to read that one.
Thank you.
Unlike someone over here.
I was happy to let you have that. So, recommending books that are coming out this week. Absolute Batman #12. I'm hyped to check that out.
You just go. You just do your. No, I got it.
All right. What?
That's me telling you I've got it. That's my love language.
We'll see what Captain America #3 is all about. I will dig that. Probably it's a fine book. We'll see how it goes.
I did get it. Ultimate Wolverine number 9 is coming out. I'm gonna be checking that out for sure.
That's right. That's right.
One World Under Doom.
#7.
Let's go.
Yeah. Batman Dark Patterns #10. Amazing series. Love this book. I have dropped it. Unfortunately, Birds of Prey 25 is coming out. I think it's a good book, but just no time. But there is a brand new Punisher book launching. Punisher Red Band #1. It's a Red Band book from Marvel. About Effing Time from Marvel, written by Benjamin Percy with art by Julius Ota.
Nice.
With this Marco Cicchetto cover, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to be reading that with great interest. We'll see how that goes.
Excellent. Imperial War Nova Centurion #1. I'm in. Got to check it out. I've been checking out all those, so might as well.
Naturally. Let's see here. I still need to pick up all the Bath and Gotham by Gaslight stuff, but Trinity Daughter Wonder Woman #4 is coming out. I can say I've read it, and I can say it's the best one. Read it. You're going to love it. Lizzie Goes to the Wedding.
Also, just to put on your radar, it looks like they're doing a Batman Day Absolute Batman #1 reprint. Great. So if that is something you're interested in, you can go grab that.
That's right. If you're interested in the Kaisei era of the IDW Godzilla universe, the Godzilla #2 is dropping. And yeah.
I'm sure there's a bunch of other things I'm going to be checking out
Fire
as
and Ice.
Well. What?
Yeah.
Fire and Ice?
Oh, that's right. I confused that with another one.
Oh.
Let's see here. Oh,
but yeah, those are some of the things I'm going to be picking up for this week.
That's right, Tiffany, and so am I. So check those out if you haven't already. But hey, if you want more, Tiffany is on youtube.com at ComicPop Plays and twitch.tv/ComicPop, where she plays video games normally. We're going to be working that out because Tiffany got a promotion at work.
I didn't get a promotion. I just have a different position, and
I'd say it's a promotion.
And it's just taking a lot for me to just get acclimated to that. But I would like to try to learn to balance everything. So I'd like to try this week to at least stream one of the days. So we'll figure it out, guys. We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Oh my goodness!
What's up?
Another got a new super chat.
Well, let's see what it is here. It is from our friend Nick Barucci over at Dynamite Entertainment. Hitting up the donation to help with NYCC expenses. Happy to catch some of the show live. Everyone, please hit that thumbs up as Sal and Tiffany bring great content every week. Remember, likes are free. Support is priceless. Not wrong, sir. And thank you very much for your generosity. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great stuff coming out from Dynamite, including a conversation that I'm having up soon. We're working it out. I can't tease it that well because it doesn't exist yet. But having a chat with Greg Weisman, creator of Gargoyles.
I'm jealous.
A big ass crossover with Gargoyles and a particular Marvel family that I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that's happening. So a chat with him, and it'll be on this show.
Amazing
for you. Yeah. I wanted to pull you in, but you don't like to do the interviews.
I don't like to do the interviews, but I am still jealous. I'm jealous of your ability to do this.
This is true.
Do interviews.
Oh, you're very kind.
I am not an interview person. I get all flustered and just I just can't do it. It's not my thing. It's not my scene.
I mean, it is your scene. You've done it before.
I have done it before.
You interviewed G. Willow Wilson.
I did.
You moderated at least 2 panels.
I did. I just don't think of myself in that capacity. I don't know. Maybe I just need to go around and interview my friends and then get better at it that way.
I think that's not a bad idea.
Terrible idea.
That's a great idea.
Terrible idea.
But big thanks to Nick for your generosity.
Thank you
really,
so
really
much,
that, sir. And thank you all for watching the show and liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and clicking on the bell for notifications, and also checking to see if you are in restricted mode, because that will also help you to see all the missed content that might be held from you if you are automatically put into that category. So just click that little top right-hand corner button where your channel logo is and go down to restricted mode and see if it is toggled on or off. Do not toggle it on.
No, toggle it off for sure. Unless you're
age verification.
Then we're not telling you not to do that.
Exactly.
And then of course, listen, if this was a late week for you, like this coming up, like this Wednesday is a late week for you in terms of comics. If you're like looking at the list, you're like, there's not a lot there. Don't skip it. Don't skip going to the comic book store. Go and maybe instead pick up a new book that you haven't tried before. It can even be from a smaller company. Go check it out. There's so many books out there. This might be a good chance for you to try something new. Right, you are, Tiffany. We'll see you guys next week with another episode, of course. I am Sal. And I'm Tiffany. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and we'll see you guys next week. I'm Sal. I'm Tiffany again. Yep, that's right. I'm still Tiffany. I'm still Tiffany over here. Tiffany remains. Still Tiffany out over here. She's the Tiff that remains. So long, everybody. Bye.